Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Hi guys, thank you all for being here tonight. This is Pinkie the Housewife. Woo. Yes, been trying to get my live done earlier. I'm pulling off my shoes right now so I can just put my feet up in the chair and get comfortable. Okay, but thank you all for being here. We got a lot to go over tonight, a lot of new information, a lot of stuff that making me think, I don't believe Nolan will drown. Okay. Let's get the house rules out of the way so we can go ahead and move forward. Okay. And that's just in my opinion only. All right. Everything is alleged. Okay. And then this is for educational purposes only. Okay. Welcome to the Pink House, guys. Make sure you got you something to drink, sit down, get you something to snack on, something to eat. I don't care what you get to eat, what to get to drink, just get ready to go. Okay? Now, hit the like button. Hitting that like button helps you too to keep me in the algorithm. And we need that. All right? So I don't care whether you call it the thumbs up or the like button or whatever. Just hit it. And also not just hit that, hype the video. The more people that click it, do that click, whether you're in the bushes hanging from a tree, I don't care. When I say hanging from a tree, I don't mean with a rope or anything. I mean hanging from a tree on your own, maybe from your hands or your legs. Got your legs wrapped around it, like I used to do when I was a kid. Just don't fall like I did. And cut your back on a neck bone like I did. We don't want that. But anyway, so y'all go ahead and it's free. Hit that like button, guys. And then subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel is also free. Okay. So anytime I get ready to drop a new video, you will be notified. You will get a notification that Pinkie just dropped a video. She's going live. She just dropped a short. She's doing something that I need to see. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and do that? All right. And then let me just say thank you for doing that. All right. So let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Nolan Wells case. Was murder the motive? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Was murder the motive? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. But I got my suspicion. Okay. The truth didn't drown. They tried to sink it. Y'all know in my opinion, they tried to sink this and hoping nobody gonna pull it up, the answers and questions, and start this whole big fiasco. Now, Sheriff Ledbetter is the one that started this ish by Let me tell you when I said he started this ish. Where's Ledbetter? Let me pull his butt up. Let me find it. Ledbetter. Why you Sheriff Ledbetter? You the one started this ish, talking that crap. I'm gonna find it. Oh, let me pull my mic closer. Y'all go ahead and get in here. Get in here. While you're getting in here, go ahead and get your before you sit down, go ahead and get you something to drink. Or if you're laying in bed, go ahead and get you something to snack on. Prop up your pillow or unless you're going to sleep. Just leave me on. And when you wake back up, I'll still be here. Hopefully. Okay? I can guarantee you that. Where's Ledbetter? Where is Ledbetter? Yeah, I'm calling his name. Oh God, where is he? Is this him? No, that's not it. That's not it. I think this is it. Wait now. No, this is it. Let me get closer so I can see. Let me just pull out some glasses too. Pull out my glasses here. Pull out my Oakley. Yeah, yeah. Y'all want me to see? Yeah, I can see better now. Okay, let me see. Let me pull it over on this side so I can see. Okay, okay. I think this is it. Ledbetter, you started this mess. Now y'all can't handle the people coming out trying to find answers because you think we was just going to say, "Oh, we give up, we give up." No, ain't no giving up now. Too late for all that. Okay, but anyway, here it is right here. Um, this takes us back to the beginning. Okay, but this Nolan Wells family released update in the investigation. Okay. And it says Nolan Wells family and their attorney on July the 30th pleaded with the public for more information about his death and address the attacks they faced. Wells, 18, went missing after a July the 4th boat trip to the isolated Mississippi barrier island, which is Horn Island. His body was found days later, but what happened to him largely remains a mystery. There ain't no goddamn mystery. Oh, and well, I'm not going to curse. Them folks, those people know what happened to Nolan Wells. Yes, they do. They know. Happy Monday, chat. Cicely Bunny, thank you for being here. Like always. Thank you. Ashley, Ruana, Ashley. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't do it well enough, I'm so sorry about that. But I got you, girl. I got you, and I thank you for being here. That's why I'm going to ask. I'm going to have to ask my daughter. Whenever names get the best of me, when I get off, I tend to ask my daughter. You know, them young folks, they know. I always tell them that's why I send you to school. That's why I send you to school, so you know. But anyway, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you being here. Okay. Ledbetter is the one that started this mess. Okay. Now, Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says investigators did not initially suspect foul play, but are continuing to investigate. Wells' family launched an independent investigation into his death, citing a lack of confidence in the Mississippi law enforcement. Shit, I've been. I'm not going to curse right now. I'm trying to do better because the other night I cursed enough. The last me a lifetime. Okay, so I'm not going to curse no more. Okay, but let me just say this: before an investigate. The minute the body, they found Nolan Wells' body, letter came out looking like old deuce foot in the head, talking about ain't nothing to see here. I'm just paraphrasing. No foul play here. He drowned. That's what they say about every black young kid, whether it's a black male or female, whether they found them in water or hanging from a tree. They say they did it. They committed this on their own. They wanted to hang from a tree. That's a lie. Black people do not do things like this on their own. They don't even think of that because we have, from the day of slavery, that's something a black person ain't gonna do. They would never hang themselves because they know how much that would. That's something. That's something white people do to black people. Put it like that. I'm just gonna shut up. That's something white people do to black people. I call them the demons. When y'all, I ain't calling not all white people now because I got some in my family, so I can't say all of them. Okay, but the ones that's not, y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, I don't trust them a bit more than I can throw them. Okay, but the same. Okay, as the panel investigation continues, false claims, AI generated content, and conspiracy theories have spread alongside real developments in the case. That's because y'all want to be quiet, y'all want to try to sweep this under the rug. That's okay. The internet investigators, detectives are on the scene. I'm not saying that these are real detectives. I'm not saying that. I'm saying these are YouTubers. I'm saying these are content creators from Snapchat, what is that? TikTok and everything else. Podcasts, you name it. Instagram, they are on the case. Okay? I'm not saying they're investigators, but they doing what y'all should be doing. Put it like that. People in Mississippi, y'all know who I'm talking about. The family attorney, Ben Crump, said July the 30th that sick people have been targeting Wells' mother, a nurse, with negative reviews online. Oh, yeah, we've been hearing about that. We've been hearing about that. Now, let me just say, they are just sick. Evil people who would attack this mother and this father for simply saying, we want to know what happened to our child. Trump said at a news conference held during the National Urban League Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, they can't stand when a black person want to know what happened to their child. Hell no, you know they can't stand it. They think we some boo-boo fools in the head. No, they don't want that. They can't stand that. That burns them up the wall. But you know, just like I know, hell, that was this child didn't drown. He was a strong swimmer. Okay? No, 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 no. Y'all go tell that to people that's gonna believe it. Now we do have some black people that believe that shit. Because they ain't nothing but some Uncle Tom fooleries. That's all. That's all. So I don't play with them kind of black folks. Okay? Because yeah, and I'm gonna be quiet because I was gonna say I already know one. I already know one. I'm gonna be quiet. You can't win. You can't win when you're fooling with them. I swear you cannot win. That's I'm just gonna be quiet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get on with the rest of this matter at hand. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and get on with the rest of it. And this information y'all will find down in my description box below my video. All right. Oh Lord. I don't know what. I'm trying to make sure I keep track this information, so in case y'all want to go back and look at it yourself. Okay? Okay. Now, let me get started with this. Now, I know everybody, if you've been on my channel, I don't care whether it's sometime or all the time. Y'all know who Jay Morgan is because I talk about Jay Morgan all the time. All the time. Jay Morgan. But before we get into Jay Morgan in her video, because she's like an internet detective, they need to just go ahead and somebody needs to hire her as a detective and make sure you give her full salary. Don't give her no doggone pennies, because this woman knows what she's doing. She needs full salary. I didn't say she was a real investigator or detective, but she's just on the case. This woman got, I don't know how she be saying all this stuff. Girl, I'd take my hat off to you, but I'm not taking my hat off tonight. I'll probably take my hat off tomorrow. Okay? Once I wash my hair. Once I wash this stuff, then I'll take it off. Okay? Because I haven't washed my hair. Please hit the like button coming in, guys. And remember what I told y'all. If y'all go ahead and hit that like button, y'all get me quiet quick. I get quiet quick as a mouse. Okay? Yes, I would. I'd be so quiet, y'all wouldn't even know I'm here. Okay. So let me just do something right quick. This is with USA Today. Let me just put that up here right quick. I have to keep track of my sources. Okay. Okay, I got to keep track. Y'all know I got to keep track. Because I don't play that. If I'm gonna use some source from an outlet, I put it in where it came from. Okay. Now let me just say this here. Today when had so many new developments. My head is swimming from all these new developments. When I say swimming, my head is swimming. And I really do mean that. I'm not kidding. I really do mean my head is swimming. Okay? From and y'all know every day there's something new on the case of Nolan Xavier Wells. Something new every day on this case. Because they ain't saying shit, but we're finding stuff out. Okay? And we're going to talk about a letter. Oh my God. We're going to talk about this letter. We're going to talk about this letter. Oh my God. Seems like some people are having remorse. If it ain't eating them up inside, like a crackhead, I'm not calling nobody a crackhead though. But have y'all seen Warren when he first did his first interview? They're not calling the guy Officer Tater no more. Let me see what Don Lemon said we're calling him now. I can't remember. So I'm going to give him a new name tonight. So instead of Officer Tater, I'm going to, y'all put something in the chat. Help me to give him a new name. Yeah. Because he ain't no goddamn officer. Okay. So let's see what we're going to call him. I could call him Tay. The Tate. The Tadpole. No. That tadpole looking ninja. I can just no, I need a name, just like I call Martell Holt Demon Boy. And that's been sticking for a number of years now, Demon Boy. Got so popular, everybody on the internet call him the Demon Boy. I made it up and it just spread like wildfire. So I need to think of something to call Taten, Brendan Taten. Okay, it'll come to me. Let me just ask right quick. Let me just uh, I'm asking right now. I'm asking right now. You all would not believe this. It said you want a new name to call Officer Tatum. I didn't ask for that. This guy's sharp, memorable, built for commentary. Here are some aggressive wordplay and heavy options that fit your live tone. Hell, I didn't ask for all that now. Let me see. Spin cycle. Oh, the spin cycle Tatum. Because they say everything goes in and comes out twisted. Oh, that's the spin cycle. I like that. Because everything goes in and it comes out twisted. That's what they got on that one. Detective deflect. Now, y'all, when I say one that you all like, if you like it, make sure you put it in the chat. Let me know in the chat, okay? Because we got to think of a new name. Detective deflect. Never answers the real question. Now, that's true. Shit, that's true of all people in this administration for this year. They never answer the real question, and he is no exception. Capital clickbait. Oh, clickbait. Ooh, capital clickbait. Commentary built for clicks, not clarity. Oh, God. This thing is giving me some real names. I'm going to have to put them up here so y'all can see them. Okay, let me just put them up here. And y'all help me come up with a new one. Okay? These are some of the names. Okay? Now, okay. These are some of the names. Oh, Lord, I tell you. Okay. We're trying to figure out a new name for this person here. Okay? This person here. So here's some of the new names right here. Oh, I got two that I really do like. Okay. I like the spin cycle. Instead of putting his last name, the spin cycle. He's the spin cycle. Everything goes in, it comes out twisted. Detective deflect. Never answer the weird question. Or the clickbait. Officer clickbait. Well, I just call him, he ain't no damn captain. Why would I want to say Captain Clickbait? I just call him the clickbait. Which, now y'all pick one. Everybody, y'all got to think of one now. Pick one. Okay? Y'all pick one. My one that I like is spin cycle or detective deflect or just say clickbait. That's it. Or I can say the mental case. The mental case. Ooh, I like that. Now y'all just got to help me think of one, okay? But until then, now we're going to be looking at a letter today. This letter has been circulating on social media. Okay, this letter seems like somebody is trying to get the truth out, or you know how, in my opinion, I really think it's a female that wrote this because women, we tend, or young girls, should I say, young girls or young women, they tend to love to write things down. And how I know that, I have daughters, right? They write everything down. When I say everything, I really mean everything. Now, I write everything down too. I got so many of these books. I got another one on my desk right here. When I say I write everything down, I tend to write everything down too. Okay? Everything down. Everything I do. I got them all over there. I write everything down. I'm just throw this one over there. Okay? I don't know, did they get that from me? But I don't go, I can be in the bathroom. I got a book that I keep in there, right? And I, with a pen. And when something comes across me, my mind, or I see something I need to write down, if I'm watching a video, I write it down so I won't forget. I got a pen and paper by my bed. I write everything down. I write everything down. Yes, I do. So I don't know, did they get that from me? But they are good at it. So good. One of them used to write so many articles for a newspaper that she used to work at. And plus she was on the news, morning news every morning. She was a teenager. She reported morning news. Um, she did the morning weather and news. I think the news too. I knew she did the weather every morning, and kids, when they would see her at the smaller school, she'd go over to the smaller school, the little school, and they would just go crazy, want to hug her. Oh, they would run crazy just to give her a hug and stuff. And everybody knew who she was because they see her in the morning. And I never watched her in the morning, and people would be telling, "Oh, I see you in the morning. Oh, you did. Oh, you look so beautiful in the morning." And I've been thinking, I never watch in the morning. But anyway, and then she would write so many articles for a real life newspaper that she was doing an internship. They gave her one column, and then the next thing you know, she was writing she had so many things, columns and everything. She was writing all, she had so many articles in the newspaper. That was on a daily basis. And would go to concerts. And one concert most people don't know, she get back past what do you call the thing that go around your neck? Backstage pass. She actually, her first concert, I think, was at Usher's concert. He may not knew her or who she was, but she was backstage because she had the backstage pass. And she that was her first concert that she went to years ago. But anyway, she would go get backstage passes for a lot of, you name it, go backstage for a lot of stuff. But anyway, she wrote a lot. She could read a book this thick in a matter of a day. Both my daughters, they read like, I mean, they read like crazy. I mean, that's why if you ever notice in my in the study, we have most people don't have books. But in my study, there's books everywhere, all over, books behind me all over the place. Because in the study, that's where we keep books. And a lot of those books are so old. Some of those books are from the 1800s and stuff. Yeah, we have books that old. Because don't ask me how we got them. Okay? That's not your business on how we got them. Okay. But anyway, um, so I write everything down. So we need names. We need to pick a name, guys. Okay? We need to pick a name. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and go to that letter I was talking to you all about. So we're going to there's a letter that's been circulating on social media. And I would say it was from a female that had to write that. And it's very telling. When I say very telling for all of us that's been saying that something happened on that boat. He was on that boat for a while. And if y'all notice, there's one person's name you don't hear much about no more. Then stop saying his name. Have y'all noticed that? one name you don't hear nobody say. Nobody say that name. They always call him their friend, their buddy, the other guy, or my best friend, or something. But they don't say his name because he's trying to be a professional football player. But during the tape, during that Cito tape, his name was mentioned all through that tape. Buddy, stop, and all this here crap. You hear his name all over the tape. And he had his own boat there too. And you can hear his voice. And you can hear people calling his voice, saying his name. But now you don't hear his name. They're, in my opinion, I think they're trying to protect him. There's more to the story than y'all realize. I think it was told to protect him. In my opinion, because he's very close to this situation. You don't hear that name as much. Now you hear Warren all the time. Warren looked like he has been sucked up by a grape. He looked at one way. This is Warren at the very beginning, and now he looks like he's been sucked up by a grape. Look at him, man. You have lost about 10 to 20 pounds since then. You look like you fading away. See there? Look at him. Now you look at him. He look like a shell of himself. Now Warren is the one in the red shirt with that flag going across his shirt, half of a flag, sitting beside that man with that hat on his head that says "Call Cops." Okay, so Warren here, and we never did hear the rest of his video. We only listened to maybe 10 minutes of it, no more than 15. And I still want to finish his because he said some stuff. He was giving us warnings, and we need to take those warnings in consideration. That when he was giving them to us, y'all didn't pay him no attention, but you need to pay attention now. Okay? Let me just say, rest in peace to Nolan Wells, and we're still praying for his family. Yes, we are. And they're trying to intimidate and hurt by any means necessary. His mother's, she can't even grieve in peace. And his father, oh my Lord. They don't like to see a Black person being raised in a two-parent household with a loving mother and father that's present. They don't like that. Because that's going to dispel the myth that Black people don't know who their father is. They don't have a father in the home. And the mama is on food stamps and welfare. Okay? And they are taking care of us. Their tax dollars go to take care of us. That's a goddamn lie. Well, I said I wasn't going to curse though. But anyway, let me put this video on so y'all won't hear me curse. Okay? I'm going to put this video on. That way it'll stop my mouth from going off. Okay? We're going to listen to Megan for Jay Morgan. Now, I told you all many times, y'all need to go over to Jay Morgan. Jay Morgan, just go over to her. Okay? Woo, this girl, this woman here, she got it going on. I can't take my head off, so I'm going to do that. Okay? Let me start it back to the beginning.
If you guys are seeing...
Y'all can see I've been listening to this. Here we go. And if you cannot hear it, if you can hear this, just do this for me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it, okay? Because she always she finds the things most people don't pay no attention to. She be looking. This girl got an eye up here and 2 eyes in the back of her head. Yes. She be looking.
Well, if you guys are seeing this, they banned my main account. just happened. Yep. Well, if you guys are seeing
This is 9 hours ago.
this, they banned my main account. Just happened. Yep. Well, if you guys are seeing this, they banned my main account. Just happened. Yep.
They've been doing that for the longest with her. Yes, they do this to me. They do this to her all the time because they trying to keep the truth hidden. Because she comes up with stuff and sees stuff they don't expect people to notice. They know she's on the right track of everything. So they've been doing this forever. When you hear another content creator tell you all, go ahead over to her page, watch Jay, it's J-A-Y, not just J, J-A-Y Morgan. Watch Jay Morgan before they take it down. Y'all better get over there. But don't worry, because Pinkie be on it. Here it goes. This is 8:15. That's 2 days ago. Let's walk through all of this together. Okay, I'm ready. I'm with you, girl.
All right, after this, I'm probably going to take a couple days off because my brain needs a rest after the last couple of days. Now we know for sure that there was storage in the bow of the boat. All right, so now at this point, I am pretty sure that the Triton was there all day. They didn't switch out the boats. And I'm also pretty certain at this point that this is a real video because there's one single frame where you can see Bart's boat and you can also see the toes of somebody like dangling them off the water. So if the picture or video were AI, it would be a really bizarre thing for it to just kind of throw in. But there's zero question in my mind that this video has been altered. So then the question becomes, why would they alter this video? And the only thing that logically makes sense to me is to alter the identity of the two girls. Because if Carter is the boy in red, Wyatt is the boy in the American shorts, Bart's brother Brooke being the one in the navy blue shorts, and then Ike being the one in the teal shorts. Then we've got Warren up here with somebody in this red striped swimsuit and the girl in the teal swimsuit with the backwards hat. So in this picture, this would be Brooks, this would be Ike, this would be Wyatt, this would be Warren, which would leave this to be Carter. Now, whoever this is seems to be very cuddly with Carter. Like, too cuddly, in my opinion, for it to be like a mother or a family member. Thinking about it a lot from the timeline.
Right now, Wyatt is another name you don't hear much about now. We hear Warren. We hear Jax. Let me see. I got it written down. This is Morgan, Jax, and Warren. You don't hear about Wyatt as much. And you don't hear about that person named start with a B. I'm not going to say his name is B-A-R-T. Yeah. Don't y'all, I'm not saying his name. But that's the name nobody wants y'all to talk about. Yeah. Yeah, y'all get me? If you don't understand, there's a name that they don't want you to talk about. Okay? I think it starts with a B, A, R, T. They don't want, and he's a junior too. They don't want you to talk about him because he's trying to go pro. Okay? They trying to erase him out like he never was on that C2. I may have to play that damn call again so y'all can hear that name so I won't have to say it, okay? I ain't saying no name. And I don't even know whether I spelled it correctly. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe. Here we go.
We have been told. And what we haven't really been factoring in again is the party. Because remember, Warren said he went to the party, but instead of talking with all of his friends, he went upstairs to go talk with his girlfriend's dad. Now, those families are tight. So if that dad of Ava if that conversation with the dad didn't happen, then they would automatically know that they were lying. So I've been saying for a while that the girl was somehow involved. And mind you, everybody's back on land now. They're getting ready to do the fireworks and everybody's swimming and drinking still, blah, blah, blah. So what's the excuse for no pictures at that party? They've explained it all away during the day, but at this point, they're all just being teenagers and having fun again, right? So I'm thinking that the brunette girl is Ava, the girl whose house they went to. And she's pretty close with Warren and the Pyrone family.
And they're full speed running. And then after that, I didn't see them anymore. I think you were on the boat. You start from there?
Yeah, so after we planed off, Wyatt kept the boat pinned the whole way in. We ran into the mouth of Fort Bayou, where we came from originally. And we turned into Fort Bayou, went in the channel, ran probably 500, 600 yards into Fort Bayou. Wyatt had jumped out of the boat, put the plug back in the boat, so access water. So water didn't keep pushing and filling back.
I ask you, why would you call Cito and say your boat is sinking? You're sinking. Make that call. Your boat is sinking, but you don't need help. Grandpa already said they don't need no help, and you declined help too. But then that's what I call running all over town. But you running all over the water, everywhere else. But your boat is sinking. You're taking on water. Make it make sense.
No.
According to their own words, they went into the mouth and then they turned and they went about 500-600 feet. Now, mind you, the party house is right around, but they go past it and then loop back around. However, Warren just admitted that at some point they had to stop and Wyatt jumped in. And even then, you heard him stuttering over the story. Like it wasn't a smooth transition because I think they dropped her off. Which would explain why they would go back to this party, because obviously they can't cancel the party. That looks really suspicious. Then my theory has always been that the guys all like broke off and like talked to the parents about what was going on. And that's when they formulated their whole, we'll call her and then we'll call the Coast Guard plan. Remember, she is related. Somehow I can't figure out, but she is related through marriage to the lieutenant that wrote up the very initial report we've seen. Because remember how Morgan claimed that the picture of the boat stuff was circulating around Snapchat and stuff, even though Christine didn't post it to her Facebook page until the next day. Listen to this.
His mom was, what was he wearing? And so we were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out.
I said black.
Yeah, I think we said
'Cause
black.
I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts.
Yeah, it was like dark blue shorts.
Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out.
And so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that took the picture, she was like, okay, well, I just took this picture of today. This is what color swim trunks he was wearing. And his mom asked for that to post on Facebook to say, if you've seen him, whatever, this is what he was wearing.
So remember, the girl who took the picture with the digital camera was on Wyatt's boat at the beginning of the day and then was there with them at night when they were having this discussion. So she had to have been there at the beginning and at the party at the very least. Then we remembered that the original shorts picture, well, that wasn't the color of his shorts, as we now know. So we also know for a fact that this picture did not get sent to Christine until July 5th, meaning that they had to have had that picture and then not sent it to her for hours. Because they also said this.
And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we're just trying.
So they corrected themselves. He said, we sent it. No,
Yeah,
she
he
sent
said,
it.
that's
So on
what we-
July 5th,
He said, that's what we sent her. Then he said, that's what she sent her. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Woo! Pay attention.
wasn't the color of his shorts, as we now know. So we also know for a fact that this picture did not get sent to Christine until July 5th, meaning that they had to have had that picture and then not sent it to her for hours. Because they also said this.
And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we're just trying.
So they corrected themselves. He said, we sent it. No, she sent it. Then on July 5th, Christine said that they have been up for almost 48 hours straight. And then the very next post above it are the same pictures, but better quality. Why did it take so long to get these pictures to them? Oh, and y'all, now that I said that, I realize, so all of these pictures had to come from the same digital camera, right? Meaning this picture did as well. And since I've already proven that this picture had used AI to do something weird because, you know, there was no little bar here. Only explanation for using AI on just this little part would be to obscure the reflection that was in this poll of the person who was taking the video. Or the pictures. Oh my God, yes. That makes sense. Love it when I figure that stuff out in real time for you on camera. So it makes sense to me that this photo video thing was altered to cover up this girl's swimsuit. Because let's face it, this swimsuit is the ugliest thing. It has like supposedly like sleeves and it's a tankini, but it goes like in a weird cut, but it's ugly. It's ugly and it's clearly not what these debutante beauty queen girls are wearing to a 4th of July beach party. So I'm like 70% sure that this is Ava. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Wait a second. Shown y'all guys before that there's 4 boats out here, this little cluster, right? But I'm looking at these weird pink lumps and stuff at the front of the boat, Bart's boat here. Is that a pile of life vests? Because I'm realizing there's not 20, 30 people on all of these boats. Like I'm seeing 10, 12 people here tops. Let's not forget what a full house looks like on these boats. Because even in this video at the meetup place, there's not 20, 30 people getting ready to get on these boats. I mean, the boat left at 9:56, according to the GPS. We got like 7, 8 people here, like 6 people here. And also, if they were legitimately needing to be towed and they were trying to get the water to run off, why are they all spread out on the boat? Why are they on the boat in general? Why didn't they just get off on land or get on another boat? Trying to get the boat to tip up and go planing. Why do you have over half the boat on the front of the boat? These are experienced fucking fishermen.
Why didn't half of them get on to BART boat? Since he was supposed to be told that the tow for them. If your boat is sinking, taking on water, thank you.
They know that better than that. Yeah, I can't believe I've never thought of that before. If the boat was sinking, why are they even on the fucking boat? Yeah, and if it was so common and so easy to get, rides back with other people, strangers on Horn Island, why did they need to load everybody on the boat? Or were they yelling at Nolan to get on the boat? They didn't need to get him on the boat. And now that I'm looking at this, doesn't it look like Warren is on the phone? Could this have been when he was calling his mom 8 times? Also, one more thing that stuck out to me.
We called law enforcement. I was with Wyatt at the time after we left Jackson's house that night. I was with Wyatt, and one person we were with saw that their location was headed towards Wyatt's.
Did you hear what he just said? One person that we was with, they tend not to say his name. There's one name I keep telling you all, there, no matter who talking about or what conversation, they're not going to say his name. The first time when Warren did his interview with, let me see what name we're going to call him right quick. Let me pick one. Spin Cycle Tater. Spin Cycle Man. Okay, we're going to just say that for right now. Or Clipbait Man. The Clipbait. No. Clipbait. Spin Cycle. I'm going to call him Spin Cycle right now. Mr. Spin Cycle. No, Spin Cycle. I'm just calling him the Spin Cycle Tater. Okay? Remember, they don't say his name. Y'all listen, they never say his name. Y'all know what name I'm talking about. We're going to play the part where Warren says his name, and then he have to retract and say, my buddy, my friend, my buddy. Yes. Let me just go right back. Just 1 second. Just listen.
Jackson's house that night. I was with Wyatt, and one person we were with saw that.
One person we was with. Why don't you just say that person's name? Because he can't say that person's name. Everybody was told, do not say his name. He can't be involved in this. But you already involved because you took your boat out there. Your name was all over that.
Their location was headed towards Wyatt's house. And so Wyatt got on the phone with 911 and was like, hey, these people are on the way to my house or already at my house. My mom and my dad are there alone and they know nothing about this.
He stumbled over his words from beginning to end in that story, so I don't believe any of it. But the one thing that sticks out to me was the phrasing, they don't know anything about this. If people are heading over to your house, why wouldn't you call your mom and dad before you called 911? Because it sounded like he was trying to keep his parents out of the loop of this story, which as a teenage boy implies that you have something to hide. Just a lot of different things to think about, right? All right, after this, I'm probably going to take a couple days off because my brain needs a rest after the
Girl, I don't blame you. My brain need a rest from that too. But we're gonna come back to Jay Morgan in just a little bit. Okay? We're gonna come back to her. I'm gonna come back to Jay Morgan in a little bit. Okay? Now, there's so much information that came out today, it will blow your mind. When I say it will blow your mind, y'all better hold on. Put your head in your hands. Start holding on because this stuff is getting real. This is getting real, for real. It ain't no play. This is getting real. Okay? I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't. Okay? I really don't know what to tell you. When I say this stuff is getting real, it's getting real. Because the local authorities have not charged anybody. We got all these foods that making all these interviews with clickbait Tater. All these foods. Okay? And they haven't charged anybody. No one. The case will go to a grand jury once the investigation and the state autopsies are complete, which is already done. Okay? They still say the autopsy and everything in the toxicology report is the autopsy is undetermined. But they ain't releasing anything until the grand jury, y'all. But we know, in our heart of hearts, we know it was some foul play. They're trying to say he drowned. No, If he drowned, y'all wouldn't be sticking to all this and going on this rant of interviews and stuff and talking about how y'all feel threatened and you can't go in a store and buy a Gatorade. Tell that to somebody else. Don't tell that to a black person. We can't go in the store and buy a Gatorade. We was harassed in a Walmart. Tell that to somebody else. Don't go telling that to no black people. Okay? No. Now, the family legal letters are pushing the DA over the phone of forensics and alleged delays, battle. Now, let me just say this. They have already determined a time and a place for all of that. The family, Nolan Wells family, with the authorities. Now, while they was out of town, this is what no good demons would do. They will wait till you out of town and pull some crap like this. Act like you can't trust them. You cannot trust them. That's why I would never give them that phone. My eyes will be fixed on that phone. In my opinion, I would not let them put their hands on the phone because y'all done seen too many Karens. You let them put their hands on that phone for 1 second, even in your presence, to examine that phone, then they may not give it back to you. Just word to the wise from me, okay? Because I know Mississippi. You may not get it back. Although they're standing right there in your presence, you may not get it back. And if you try to take that phone from them, the first thing they're going to do is saying that you are, what do you call it? When you're fighting with an officer, attacking, same thing the Karens do. You can be 6 feet, 10 feet, you can be across the street, and they'll call the police. He hit me. And you know you didn't even touch. How the hell can I touch you and you way over there? They lie. So I would never, just me, I'm not telling y'all what to do. Just me, I would never let them touch that phone. Put my hand. Everything they need to see, I'll have my people do it right in their face because you don't trust them. They cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted. And that's just my opinion. Okay, just my opinion. Ledbetter already lied once. Right in everybody's face on national TV. Y'all better get yourself together. But everybody, y'all better get yourself together. Just get yourself together. Okay? Y'all know I love myself some Elliot. Elliot. Yes, Elliot Horning. Y'all better go and subscribe to him. Go and subscribe to him and listen to him every day. Matter of fact, he's food for thought. He tells you stuff you need to know. One day I'm going to go seek help. Not help. I'm going to go to therapy one day. Not that I need it. I just want to go and see what it's like. Not that I need therapy. I just want to go because people talking about they go to therapy all the time. I just want to go and see what it's like. Just like one day I want to go to work so I can give all the money to give it away to needed people. Should I say family? Needed people. I want to go to work so y'all can pay me so I can give the money away to someone that needed people. I'm not saying who needed, but needed people other than myself because I don't need it. Okay, here we go. Right here, we're getting ready to listen to Elliot. And you know who Elliot talking about. I ain't got to say it right. I'll let him tell you.
There has been a major update into the investigation of the death of Nolan Wells, and it's about his cell phone. Let's get into it. The Nolan Wells family legal team has released a statement which says, "We are eager to comply with the agreement we entered on July 15th, which is a joint forensic examination of Nolan's phone conducted together with their experts, our experts, and possibly the FBI. Our experts are on standby. The family is ready. We have given the district attorney's office 4 days to choose from this week, and we will make ourselves available on 12 hours notice for any one of them." This is a big deal. As you guys know, the family has asserted that certain things have been deleted from Nolan's phone, things on social media, and even text messages, and they've been holding the phone. I don't think that they trust that if they turn over the phone that just give the phone to the authorities, that the authorities will handle it with integrity. Mm-hmm. So they have an agreement where they're going to be having the phone investigated by these joint agreed upon things, including the FBI, and hopefully come to some sort of resolution about what was deleted, if anything, what was on the phone that hasn't been seen, and does that lead towards any level of new evidence that will give some light as to what happened to Nolan Wells. Remember, this is all about helping the family find truth and justice of whatever it was that happened to their son. Stay tuned for more. I'll make sure I continue to update you on this case as new information comes out.
Ooh. Y'all go over and follow him. Follow Elliot. Okay, make sure you go over to his page. Don't be playing with me. Y'all go over to his page. Okay, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like. I think I'm subscribed to Elliot on probably 2 of my channels now. I think I have. But anyway, y'all make sure you do that. Don't be playing with Elliot. Elliot ain't got time for y'all to be playing with him. He ain't got time for that mess, okay? And yes, it's been a struggle with that phone, like I said. And seems like Elliot is coming to the same conclusion. I'm just speaking from what the way I feel. Okay? You can't trust them folks with that phone. Don't give them that phone. That phone, that is your son's phone. There ain't a damn thing that I said I'm not going to curse. There is not a doggone thing that they need with that phone. No more than what you're going to let them use it for. In your presence, Miss Christine, and Nolan's dad, Mr. Wansley, in your presence and in presence of your wife. If y'all ain't present, Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, your people to analyze that phone and to go into that phone and see what was deleted, do not let them have it by themselves. Things come up missing. They would say that it got lost, they can't find it, they'll get back with you. You would never get that phone again. You would never get that phone again. We had too many black cases where young people have ended up unalive, and they did a poor job of an investigation, and the evidence needed was lost because the family gave it to them. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. You are too smart, Miss Christine. You're too smart, Mr. Elbows. Y'all are too smart for that. Do not give them that phone. That's my opinion. You know they ain't gonna do what I say. I'm not telling you to do what I say. That's what I would do. But you don't do what I say. You all are smart and intelligent and educated. So y'all do what your attorney tell you. Do what Ben Crump and your legal team or Al Sharpton or whoever's telling you, guiding you, do what they say and what's in your heart. Okay? Don't do what I say, because I know I wouldn't give them a darn thing. I want to say shit, but I'm not going to say the word shit because I said I'm not going to curse. But let's go ahead and get on with this this letter, because I'm trying to bring y'all all this stuff that's been popping up today, all this stuff that's been going on today. It's been crazy day today. The devil is a lie. Yes, the devil is a lie. This is what crime undercovered do one undercover 01 or something like that. But anyway, y'all gonna go over and make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna put his information down in the description box so y'all will have it. All right. Let me just put this down because I have to keep track of everything that I use so y'all know where to go find it. Ain't got time for y'all not knowing, because I want to keep y'all abreast of the whole situation, everything that's going on. We got to know. We can't stick our head in the sand and be, I don't know. No, y'all gonna know when you're on my channel, you're gonna know. Okay? Because I make sure I bring everything to you. Come on, y'all, get them likes up. Don't be playing with me. Get my likes up so I can shut up. Get these likes up. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. And when it drops down, you hit all. So every time I go live, y'all get this information. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, guys. Don't keep having me to say that. I want to be quiet. I want to shut my mouth. In order for me to do that, y'all just go ahead and do it. Okay? There's got to be something on my channel that you like, or you was glad you saw it, or you glad you heard it, or you didn't know it. That deserve a like from you. That deserve a like. Even if you don't hit that subscribe button, at least hit that like so I can get pushed out in the algorithm more. Okay? And plus, I need less than 290 something. It's less than 300 subscribers in order to hit 7,000. So if y'all can, let me drop this down. So if y'all can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I'm almost there. I need less than 300. It's 290 something. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm not asking you for $100,000. Okay? I've done that many times. I need $100,000 in some land. I'm not even asking for $100,000 in some land right now. All I'm asking is just to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I didn't even tell you I want $100,000 before this live is over, that y'all got 24 hours to get all together as a collective to get me $100,000. Okay? I didn't even ask you for it. I haven't asked for $100,000 none this month, nor last month. I haven't asked for $100,000 in some land. And I didn't even put the timeline on it, saying I need it before within 24 hours or before the live is up. So if I haven't asked for all that, just be grateful. That's the way I see it. Say, damn. Ooh, I said I wasn't going to cook. Just say, doggone, Pinkie ain't asking us for $100,000 that we got to come up, because I can even tell you, y'all got to get together. Find some way to get together. I don't know how y'all want to do it. Just give me $100,000 and some land. I didn't even ask you for that. So if I ask you for that, all I'm asking for is to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that's all I'm asking for. Just to do those two things. Subscribe. And I was even saying thank y'all. I even said a good thank you. I put it in big pole, big bold. Thank you. Y'all be getting me twisted. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm just asking for one thing. Okay, I see what y'all doing now. Go ahead and for the rest of you that didn't hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. I'm looking at my analytics right now. That's what I'm looking at. Analytics tells me a different story than what's on my page. Okay, I'm looking. Go ahead. I need 5 more people to hit that like button. 5 more people to hit it so we can get on. Don't stop playing with me. 5 more people. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'm looking. I'm looking into. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I need 4 more people. 4 more people to hit that like button. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. I need 4 more people to hit that like button. 4 more people. No, give me 1 more. I still want 5. But if 4 hit it, I'm okay. Then we'll go ahead and get started. But 5 hit it, I really be just shut up. See, I told you I'm not going to curse. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me 4 more people hitting that like button. See, I'm trying not to. Do y'all really want me to ask you for $100,000 so I can shut the fuck up? Ooh, I'm not going to curse. Do y'all really want me to ask you for $100,000 in some land? And I don't mean no land. I don't want a lot. I want a lot where you put a house on. A lot don't do me no good because I already got a lot of land already. Got so much land. Shit, I haven't even seen all the land I got. I haven't even been on all the land I got here. I got land here and I got land over there and I got land here. I haven't even been there because I ain't got time to go do all that. So I need either give me $100,000 in some land, or I need 4 more people to go ahead and hit that like button. Come on, guys. Is that Terry in here? Hi, Terry. Thank you for coming in. Terry, I'm trying to. Okay. Thank you, guys. Now I just need 3 more. I need 3 more people to hit that like button. 3 more people. Terry, tell them I need 3 people to hit that like button so we can go ahead and get on with the story, because we need to go ahead. But I ain't moving. I am not moving until I get 3 more people hitting that like button. Okay? Because I get tired of, my thing is, I bring all this information. I tell you things that probably you don't know or you haven't seen or whatever. I give you this, and then I got to beg for people to hit that like button. Oh no, y'all taking me out of pocket right now. Hi, Terry. I'm so glad to see you. Tell them I need that. Let me see, because they think I'm looking at the page. I ain't looking at no page. I'm looking at my the analytics. Okay, I need 3 more people. 3 more people. 3 more people. Get your leg out of the bushes and push it with your foot. Put that big toe on it. Bam. Swing down from the tree, okay? And hit the like button, and you can get back up there. Wake up from your nap and hit that like button, and then you can lay back down. Put that wine bottle down for a second, and thank you. Now I need 2 more. Thank you. I just need 2 more people before we get started. Please hit that like button, and thank you. Damn, Terry. Hit that like button. Don't be playing with me, because it ain't like I'm asking them for $100,000. Terry, did you hear me? Did I ask anybody for $100,000 today? I did not ask for $100,000 today. Before this live was up, I did not ask for $100,000 today. So at least they can do is just go ahead and hit that like button. I just need 2 more people. 2 more people. Come on, hit that. Come on. Because Terry said, y'all need to go ahead and hit it. Terry. Come on, guys. 2 more people. See, y'all wasting time. Y'all wasting time. And one thing I don't do, I don't go over 2 hours in my live. I do not take my live over 2 hours unless it's got to be something dramatic. Thank you. Thank you. I just need 1 more person to hit that like button. 1 more person. Y'all get in this live and tell everybody hit that like button. Tell somebody to hit it. At least one of them going to hit it if you tell them. It seems like that. Come on, I just need 1 more person to hit that like button so we can get started. And then once that one other person hit that like button, what I need then is when you see something on here that you did not know, or it's new to you, or you glad you found that information out, you hit that like button, because I know you didn't hit. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're getting ready to get started. It says 14 likes. Okay. No, but I'm looking at my analytics. Analytics says a whole different story. Thank you, Terry. Okay, let's get started. See, I don't look at the page. It be fooling you. Okay. Analytics tell me the true story. Give me the true story. What's going on in my life? See, y'all can't see that. Okay. Now let's get started. These are mysterious letters. This is not the only content creator that's been talking about this. Willie D is talking about it. Everybody is talking about it. Okay. Guys, when y'all better sit down and get you something to drink, because y'all gonna need this when y'all listen to this. Okay. I'm gonna do my true reaction on this one, because I haven't listened to all of his. I listened to some of his, some of it, but I haven't did the whole thing. But Willie D, I did do the whole thing on Willie D. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. So it's only 20 minutes, and y'all need to hear it. Y'all better get you something to drink, because you're going to need something cold. You're going to need something cold, because all them suspicious activity that y'all been thinking been going on, it's been going on. And what you've been thinking and what I've been saying in my past lives, here it is. Here it is, guys. Don't get nothing twisted. Let me make sure that we got sub on so y'all can. Okay, there it is right there. Because not everybody can hear good. For the people that can't hear good. I saw this today on Willie D. Didn't I just say that, Terry? Willie D do have it on. Matter of fact, Willie D is not that long. His is not that long. So after this reaction we're going to get from this, then we're going to pull up Willie D. Okay? Because I think this is with Crime Uncovered. Okay? So when we finish with Crime Uncovered, Willie D's is not that long. We're going to do his too, because they got different perspective on what's going on. Ooh, y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. Get that damn drink like I just got mine. And I got mine with Buc-ee's. This is lemon water. Pure D fresh lemon water. Okay? You can see the lemons pieces in there. But guess what? I got my Buc-ee's thing on here. Buc-ee's need to pay me shit, because I'm talking. Oh, I said I wasn't going to curse. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Terry. Now, Terry, you haven't seen this one here, have you? With Crime Uncovered. Oh, one, you haven't seen his, right? I know you've seen Willie D's, because I watched Willie D's. Okay, here we go.
Let me know what you guys think. It says July 4th. We go to the party, the island. We had alcohol. I may have drank half, if not a whole seltzer throughout the entire time. Was worried about returning for his second season, and he didn't want to ruin his chances. Cell service sucks here. Imagine something happening to you and not being able to call out for help. Nolan side eyes and dismisses the comment. Nolan snaps a photo or a video of scenery or something. Wyatt had been sniffing the bug shug all morning. Wyatt tries to grab his phone and has to put it, and Nolan jerks his phone because this feels like what would lead to Nolan's death later. Approximately 12 hours later, Nolan was already hanging.
Now, wait, he is reading the letter. He is not just talking on his own. He is reading what he see in this letter. Okay, I just want to make sure y'all know. Thank you, Terry. I understand. No, I saw this one on Willie D. Yeah, I saw Willie D's too. Willie D really goes into it, but we're going to listen to his. But he's reading from the letter, okay? So y'all need to listen, because Nolan, they're saying that Nolan's body was on the boat, and they had to go somewhere and put it where to keep it cool. But it starts smelling anyway. So y'all need to, and all this is alleged, but this is, y'all just need to listen.
Wyatt tries to grab his phone and has to put it, and Nolan jerks his phone because this feels like what would lead to Nolan's death later. Approximately 12 hours later, Nolan was already hanging on an inkling he shouldn't go to the pool party. Him and Wyatt have had some animosity for a while because Nolan was back and forgave easily and didn't hold grudges. He was the peaceful friend, the conflict solver in most of his social group. He had several, maybe 3 friends, Grumps. I can't read the rest of that. Nolan was only put on the boat to be transferred back to the island around 3 to 5 a.m. July 6th. That's why he wasn't found initially on the island. He was stored somewhere cool and dark to keep from decompositioning a minute, but it was summer. He already started to have a hint of smell permeating the shaded area. It's an area of property him and his friends hiked or hung around in. And yes, it's one of his friends' properties. Somebody got a farm or hiking trail, maybe both. Somebody cried. Somebody is scared to speak. Somebody was threatened. All of them are being haunted. Nolan decided to unfriend this group, and they couldn't accept it. The ultimate motive. Again.
Did you hear that? Nolan decided to unfriend the whole group. Y'all don't want to know what I think. This is some Illuminati type shit. Y'all don't want to know what I think. Let me just see. Can I pull it up? Let me see. Would it let me pull it up? Okay. Without saying it. Let me see. Without me saying a word, maybe I can just pull it up so I don't have to say it. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Can I pull it up without me saying a word? Woo! Because this stuff here, y'all just don't know. Okay? When I say y'all don't know, y'all really don't know. This is, I don't see it. Why is it not letting me pull it up? Why is it not letting me pull it up? That's okay. Let's go ahead again. I was going to pull it up so I wouldn't have to say it. It's just going to say it for me. Okay? Little short video. That way I won't have to say it. I just sit back here and just play that little video.
It's hard to read this letter. The writing kind of looks that of a female. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments.
So this feels what would lead to Nolan's death later.
He was the person.
Let's see, approximately 12 hours.
Wait now. I'm going to just go to Willie D's page and pull it up. Okay? Because Willie D got it on too. I'm just going to go to Willie D's page. Just give me 1 second, guys. Here it is. And on Willie D's, y'all can see it right here that I have been watching it. I already been watching it with Willie D. But so we're gonna start it over. Okay. We're gonna start it over. I'm gonna drop his information down in my description box and everything for y'all. Just give me 1 second. Oh Lord of mine. This ain't going away. Because there's too many people involved in this. Okay, here it is, guys. And y'all make sure you go over to Willie D if you really want to see the rest of it. Because here it is. Now, Terry, I think this is this the one that you saw, Terry? People are starting to talk, and I think they will continue to talk anonymously. Yes, you're right. I saw it first on Willie D's page. Yes, that's why I saw it too. First on Willie D's, then I saw Crime Uncovered. I saw it on his and everything. This people are talking because if not, you're gonna end up like Warren. Y'all know what I mean. This is Warren when he first had the first sit down with that, you know who, clipbait Tater, okay? And now you look at him. He looked like somebody and sucked him in like a grape. Looked like something and just ate him up. He looked like he had lost 10 or 15 or 20 pounds. In that little short time, he ain't sleeping because he looked bad. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? People, they ain't taking this. This is going to eat them up. This is going to eat them up. This is 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, what do we have here? A mysterious letter pops up on the internet, providing a motive in the Nolan Wells case. Yeah, fam, let's get right into it. Now, at times it's going to be hard for me to articulate exactly what is happening here, what's being said, because the letter, the writing is not great, but it's good enough to get an idea of what this person is trying to say. At the top, it says, left Evans' house at 10:30 a.m. on boat to Island. That's July 4th. This letter is dated. Okay, so we say, we got to the party island. We had alcohol. I may have drank a half, if not a whole seltzer throughout that entire time. Was worried about returning for his second swim. He didn't want to ruin his chances. Talking about Nolan. Cell service sucks here, Nolan. Imagine something happening to you and not being able to call out for help. This is why.
What the hell do that mean? I said I wasn't going to curse. I'm sorry, guys. Okay? I'm so sorry. Let me go back. I didn't mean to curse.
Imagine something happening to you and not being able to call out for help. This is Wyatt saying this, allegedly. Right. Nolan side eyes and dismisses the comment. Nolan snaps a photo or video of something. Wyatt had been sniffing the cocaine all morning. Wyatt tries to grab the phone or tells him to put it down, and Nolan jerks the phone. This feels what would lead to Nolan's death later. Let's see, approximately 12 hours later, Nolan was already having an inkling that he shouldn't go to the pool party later. Him and Wyatt had animosity for a while, more so Wyatt, because Nolan was, I don't know what that word is, but the next word says back. He forgave easy and didn't hold grudges. He was the peaceful friend, the conflict solver in most of his social group. He had several, maybe 3, and the rest of that part is kind of watered out there. Let's go to the second page right here, and it continues. Nolan was only put on the boat to be transferred back to the island around 3 to 5 a.m. on July 6th. That's why he wasn't found initially on the island. he was stored somewhere cool and dark as to keep decompositioning at a minimum. But it's summer. He already started to have a hint of smell permeating the shaded area. It's an area of property him and his friends hiked or hung around. And yes, it's one of his friends' property. Somebody got a farm or hiking trail, maybe both. Somebody cried, Wyatt or Warren. Somebody is scared to speak, Eric. Somebody was, looks like there or theatrical. I can't make that out. All of them are being hunted. Nolan decided to unfriend this group, and they couldn't accept it. And this, my friends, as far as this person is concerned, believes this is the ultimate motive. Now, I have not been able to authenticate this letter. I don't know. It's floating around the internet. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this letter. It's pretty detailed. It sounds plausible. It sounds plausible. This is not the first time that we heard that Nolan had an issue, or they had an issue about Nolan going to Horn Island. What we heard initially was that Nolan was that the friends, the so-called friends that was on the boat with him, was having some trepidation about him going. They didn't want him to go for whatever reason. There was something about a girl, something about, whatever it was. They didn't want him to go. Somehow, some way, he ends up going anyway. But now this letter says that now Nolan is the one who had some trepidation about going with them, but he went anyway. Because remember now, Nolan is the peacemaker. There's even a video out there of a fight happening and Nolan stepping in and making peace. He was the peacemaker. So ain't that strange? Well, how ironic that the peacemaker ends up dead out of all of the people. You got all the hotheads. They survive, but the peacemaker ends up dead. So if Nolan indeed was murdered, which I do believe he was, he didn't start it. We know that because by all accounts, Nolan was the peacemaker. Somebody's going to put this story all the way out. At some point, somebody got to come forward and collect that reward money. It's $125,000 up right now. I do know that Mississippi is not an ideal place to live for a progressive person. People who, love technology and advancement, people who want to get, grow, evolve in life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Mississippi is not the place for these type of people. Mississippi is one of those places where most people go, I do believe, so that they can live in the past. They're stuck. And they get to be, kings and queens because they can't compete nowhere else. That's right, I said it. Now, if the shoe don't fit you, don't try to put it on. Don't try to put it on. But if it fit, lace it up. I'm talking about the ones who the shoe fit. They move to Mississippi so they can have that good old boy type of life. So they can go back and revisit the past. That's what that's about. I know y'all studied it. Yeah, I studied it. Mississippi, a lot of the people in Mississippi who are, who work in all these type of industries, who, get money and, they're thriving, they're mediocre. They couldn't make it anywhere else. They can't make it in any other states. But Mississippi is wide open for the yeah. Again, fam, I got to call a strike the ball. If you're not in that category, I ain't talking to y'all. I ain't talking to you. But y'all know who I'm talking about. The ones who are, the mediocre ones, the ones who are out there terrorizing people, breaking laws, trying to subjugate justice, trying to circumvent justice. I'm talking to y'all. All of y'all. We know Nolan was murdered.
Thank
you. And it's going to come out. It's going to come out one way or the other. It's too big. It's too much interest in it. Too many. Y'all messed up on this one. Yeah, y'all been able to, do your thing and get away with a whole lot, but y'all ain't gonna get away with this one. Well, let me back up. I can't say you won't get away with it, but it won't remain a secret. How about that? It will not remain a secret because it's way too many people who know what's going on. It's way too many prying eyes. Way too many people know, and too many youngsters know, right? That's a big burden. That is a huge burden. Let's say if
young people don't keep nothing a secret, they get to talking and bragging with other people and other people in their friend group and everything. Oh, and this is coming out. And then you can see it being, it's eating them alive, eating worn up. And there's two names that they don't, the NAWCP is involved now. Yes, they mentioned that today, the family. Yes, they had the president. He's from Mississippi. He's in Mississippi, actually, speaking on it with Don Lemon this evening. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yes. NAACP, they are involved as of today. If you want to see the full story on it, go over to Don Lemon today, this evening. They had the president for Mississippi. He lives in Mississippi. Oh, yes. He's on the case, making sure that mother and father get justice, making sure that they get the answers that they need. Since answers are not forthcoming. I forgot his name. But y'all go over to Willie D. Go over to Willie D, guys. Let me see, do I have that on here? Oh, let me just say something. Let me just play this short clip, and then I'm going to play Don Lemon right quick for y'all. So you can see the WACPE. Correct. I saw that interview on Don Lemon. Yes. Yes, I saw it too. I was watching it before I started my live. Yes. Now, let me just play this little short clip. Okay. No, I can come back to this little short clip. Let me play Don Lemon first. Okay. Because I can come back to this. Let me get, because Don talks about the and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith. Oh my God. I don't know whether y'all heard about Stephen A. Smith. He got the Thumbs Down Award. The Thumbs Down Award. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. He needed it. Because the way he treats black women, he always got something to say about a black woman. Black woman ain't thinking about him, but he always got something to say. Always got his lips fixed trying to say something about a black woman. Just because you don't want a black woman, you didn't marry a black woman, that don't mean black women. And you got to remember, the black women that he be talking about are educated black women. I think he just jealous that no black woman would want his stank ass. Ooh, I said I wasn't going to curse. Don't hold me to that. Y'all don't let me. I'm trying to keep up with everyone's commentary. Don't worry, Terry. I got you. I got you, Terry. Okay. But Stephen A. Smith, just he's a joke. He's a joke to me. Okay. He always ragging on a black woman because ain't no black woman gonna want him. Only way a black woman want him, he have to be like he is, rich. Because if he was an average Joe, a black woman don't want his ass. And I think that's what he's mad about. The animation that they did on him. Wait now. Let me try to find it. The animation that they did. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna be playing this while I look for the animation, okay? I'm gonna let me make a note here so I won't forget, because I get to listening to this, and then it was an animation. Oh, I think I did. Wait now. The animation, let me just look for it. We're gonna listen to this while I look for that animation, Cherry, okay? Because we need something to laugh about this food. For the people that like Stephen A. Smith, that's good. But not everybody likes him. Because he is like a Tater. Clickbait Tater. Don't even like his own people. And he got probably a mother that's well, we know his mother black. But anyway, watch the full Don Lemon. Okay. Let me go ahead. Let me get this started for y'all. I'm going to skip this little part. Let me try to pull up the animation part.
It is morning time, Monday. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience. As you see, we had moved because we're doing some Sparkler going up the stairs. Where are you going, Berkeley? Where are you going? He's going to go take a nap. He's only been up an hour, but he needs a nap now. So we are Officer Tatum. I don't know why we still. And you can't say that I've been late all the time lately because I haven't. I've been on time and you guys are shocked. So anyways, we're doing some upgrades in the studio here. And then as soon as that is done, we'll be back and we'll be back on time. Okay, so we are going to talk about two people that many people call sellouts, okay? And we're going to talk to a therapist who interviewed one in the capacity as a therapist, basically psychoanalyzing him. I'm talking about officer or ex-officer Tatum. I don't know why we still call him officer because he's not an officer anymore. But anyway.
I'll call him Clickbait.
It's just like, you know, I have Michael Fanone all the time, and I may introduce him as Michael Fanone, former blah, 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 but I don't keep referring to him. He doesn't refer to himself as Officer Fanone. Other people might. But that says something about, I think that Tater needs something to boost his credentials or whatever. And I hate to, I don't usually bag on people like this or just go in on people, but it's just, wow, this dude, man. Anyways, so we're going to play some of the interview. We're going to have the psychotherapist on who psychoanalyzed him to discuss in real time what happened. But we got to talk about that in relation to Stephen A. Smith, because this is all related to Nolan Wells. And by the way, we have an update on the Nolan Wells situation, just so you know. And if you have that, let's give that update and then we'll discuss. But there's an update on the Nolan Wells situation. This was sent out by Benjamin Crump and Associates. And what it says here is Nolan Wells' family and forensics experts on standby for joint inspection of his phone any day this week. Nationally renowned civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump, and the legal team for the family of 18-year-old Nolan Wells announced today that the family is prepared to make Nolan's phone immediately available for the joint forensic examination the parties agreed to on July 15, and that the family's forensic experts are on standby to conduct that examination any day this week. And then it talks about the correspondence sent to District Attorney Angela Myers McIlrath. I can't see that. This is so small. Yeah, McIlrath. Okay, so that is one. And then there's another one that says, this is a letter to the district attorney. It says this letter follows our August 13th. And both of these, by the way, are from August 17th, which is today. So this is new information breaking into the Don Lemon Show newsroom. Dear District Attorney McIlrath, the letter follows our August 13th correspondence regarding the examination of Nolan's phone and Dr. Mitchell's examination of the remaining portions of Nolan's body. With respect to Nolan's phone, the family is prepared to make the device immediately available for the joint coordinated forensic examination previously agreed upon by the parties. In the interest of expediency, we request that your office choose any time from Tuesday, August 18th through Friday, August 21st, to conduct the joint forensic examination. Please provide at least 12-hour notice of your chosen date and time so that the examination can be scheduled without further delay. Please include whether the examination will still be held at your previously selected location of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. We also hope to promptly move forward with Dr. Roger Mitchell's examination of Nolan's body parts that were not previously made available to him. Dr. Mitchell is available Wednesday, August 19th through Friday, August 21st to complete the independent autopsy. Again, please provide us with at least 12 hours notice to ensure that Nolan's remaining body parts are available to Dr. Mitchell. The family and their legal team are actively conducting an independent investigation and remain cooperative with the office to complete a thorough investigation as agreed on January 15th. All parties share the same goal of determining the circumstances surrounding Nolan's death. And then it has cordially Ahmad R. Smith. That is the attorney from last week who said that he would be in charge of facilitating the phone. So that is the breaking news into the Don Lemon Show newsroom. So breaking. The Wells-Wansley family and Benjamin Crump and representatives et al., which includes the other attorney, they have sent a letter to the district attorney saying, we are perfectly willing and able to immediately, expediently help facilitate the examination of Nolan Wells' cell phone. And they are asking when and where, give them 12 hours notice. So there doesn't seem to be, to me, any stonewalling on the part of the Wells family. seems to me that they are saying, hey, we need to do this and we want to make sure that everything is above board and that it's all kosher and we want a joint examination, which I think is reasonable. I'm sure someone like the person we're going to talk about may not think it is reasonable, and that is Brandon Tatum. We're going to talk about that, or Tater as we call him here. Remember, Tater, that's our name for him. Sorry, producers. However, I want to get something in real quick before we get to Tater, because I think let's get to Tater, okay? I want to welcome in psychotherapist and the host of a family therapy podcast, Elliot Connie. Elliot, good morning to you, kind sir. Thank you for joining us. Man, you had your work cut out for you. Real quickly, before we get to, because we have the breaking news on the Nolan Wells case. Did you hear what the breaking news was that I announced? That the family has agreed to the family has now agreed to hand over the phone, or at least have an examination of the phone as soon as possible. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I think that breaking news should be breaking Wells family ready to have phone examined, Nolan's phone examined or something like this. Okay.
Yeah, by mutual parties. By mutual parties.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable to me. I don't know about you.
That sounds reasonable to me. If I were them, I'd be hesitant just to hand my phone over. So that sounds reasonable to me as well.
Okay. No subterfuge there, I believe. We have to talk about, I don't know if you saw Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if you've like analyzed Stephen A. Smith from afar. I'm not sure if you've done that. Have you done that before?
I'm a therapist. I can't help it.
You've done it.
I haven't made a video, but I have thought.
You have
Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so where would you like to get to first? I want to get to Stephen A. first, because I think it is, I think that's a little bit more breaking news. And then we'll get to Officer Tater, or ex-Officer Tater. We'll get to them in a minute. Okay. So all right. So if you will sit with me, everybody, you ready? Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? Like and thumbs up. Are you ready?
Yeah,
so this is what the NABJ put out on their final evening of their.
I found that video, Terry. I found it. I got the video. I don't know. Should I show the video now or show it after they get through? The animation video of Stephen A. Smith. Reese Reed did one. Reese Reed, yes. Oh my God. A few people did a little video on him after that. Oh my God.
Conference in Atlanta. And it is self-explanatory. I will tell you, it is for people who they believe are harmful or detrimental to Black people or the Black community. And this is the National Association of Black Journalists. Mm-hmm. This isn't just some people sitting around going, I don't like him, I don't like them. This is a professional organization who's putting this out. Okay? Elliot, listen. Subscribers, listen. Roll it.
The board recognizes conduct that harms Black journalists, weakens newsroom equity or editorial independence, reinforces damaging portrayals of Black people, or compromises the public service mission of journalism. This year, we have chosen to highlight 5 recipients to reflect the break of harmful acts. Brittany Card, Chair of the Federal Communications Commission. Since assuming leadership of the FCC, has repeatedly used the agency's regulatory authority in ways that have raised serious concerns about press freedom and editorial independence. CBS. Under its current leadership, CBS eliminated its race and culture unit and implemented newsroom workforce reductions that disproportionately affected journalists of color. The company has also faced sustained internal disputes over editorial independence and newsroom decision-making. DeJuan McCoy, owner, president, and CEO, Circle City Broadcasting, parent company of Wish TV. McCoy's leadership has been the subject of multiple allegations regarding the treatment of Black journalists. Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and political commentator. Representation of Black women in public discourse and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's long-standing commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of Black communities. The Washington Post. The Washington Post implemented.
So you got it. And you guys know why the Washington Post.
Guys, you know what? I'm gonna bring that whole thing up tomorrow. I'm gonna try to put on my live tomorrow that everybody that it covers, okay? That got the thumbs down, or I may just drop a video on it. But I'm gonna try to bring the whole thing up so we can see every name. I know the show is to Jamel Hill and the NAACP guy. Thank you, Terry. Ooh, this just warms my heart.
Stephen A. has responded, and he's saying this is Christmas arriving early and that he's going to out the NABJ. So look, I don't like to do this, but this is a real story. Okay, so we're just going to analyze. This is the epitome of Christmas arriving early. The NABJ wants to call folks out. Fine. You had your turn. Now mine is coming. And make no mistake, I'm coming. Let's see who really deserves a thumbs down award when it comes to the Black community. After I'll say my piece. Remember, NABJ, you asked for it. I've shut my mouth for years. Now y'all started something. So, and then he was responding to this post saying the National Association of Black Journalists, NABJ, turned on Stephen A. Smith, giving him a thumbs down award after celebrating and welcoming Mr. A and First Take to the conference just a year ago. So, wow. Elliot.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is your analysis of...
Let me say this. That's what Stephen A. Smith gets, because he dogged and dragged every Black woman of substance, every Black educated woman he want to drag. Why don't you drag some of the white women? But no, you ain't about to do that. Okay? He's one of the mouthpiece. For the it's okay if the Black man say it. So they put his doo-doo self up to do it. So they don't have to do it.
Stephen A. Before that, I want to do, there's an animated video. I don't know if we can show it, but anyway, here's the animated video. Let's see what happens.
Quietly now. Beyond these hedges, one of the preserve's loudest tokens is already hunting. Notice how it stalks Black athletes, Black coaches, and especially Black women, without wandering far from a television camera. Extraordinary. Welcome to the Sellout Preserve. Here, tokens exchange community membership for warm buttered biscuits, lightly brushed with corporate approval. Our first token once survived entirely on sports. Now it roams through culture, politics, and delusional presidential daydreams. A tiny entertainment mouse whispers instructions into its ear. Occasionally, the token climbs the fence and watches Black people living peacefully without blaming one another. Freedom appears possible. Then the mouse rattles the biscuit bag, and down it comes, back to work. Recently, Black journalists presented this token with a ceremonial thumbs down. Instead of reflecting, it activated the preserve's oldest defense mechanism. How dare you call me a sellout while I am actively selling out? Magnificent gaslighting. Deeper inside lives the Alpha token.
Okay, so then it goes on. Then it goes on to Clarence Thomas, folks like Byron Donalds, and others. And I mean, it is, it's
the biggest and the longest sellout win had in a long time. Ooh. He'll sell out anybody in his family. Clarence Thomas. Oh.
Cool. Do you think it's harsh? You think it's fair to characterize Stephen A. Smith that way?
I don't know. I can't say. I think it's fair to question some of Stephen A. Smith's tactics. And I think it's fair to give him a thumbs down and believe that he is not acting in the best interest in the Black community. And I think Stephen A. Smith's response is congruent to what I would have expected from somebody like Stephen A. Smith.
Someone you'd expect. Okay, and in your analysis, what have you, you said you haven't put it on video yet. Is it similar to Tater? Because we're going to get to Tater in a minute.
Okay, so I got to be really careful how I language this, because I've never met or like sat down and worked with Stephen A. Smith. But if I were to, something like narcissism would be on the short list of things that I would be thinking about and looking at as I analyze him. He demonstrates certain skills, certain traits. One of them is grandiosity. Yeah. He seems to have a very inflated idea of himself, and he thinks that his opinion should matter to everybody for whom he's giving it. And there have been lots of times, if you guys have ever watched his show on ESPN, an athlete will say something negative about him, and he will almost like challenge that athlete to a fight through the camera. He'll say things like, I'm looking right at you and I ain't going anywhere. It's like, bro, you're talking about a 300-pound NFL player who could pummel you into the ground, but so there's this grandiose nature to him. And then the other thing that is alarming to me just about his psychology is he does not respond to feedback well. So if somebody would have referred to me as a sellout, I would absolutely experience that hurts my feelings. That would be hurtful, because the Black community means a lot to me. But if an esteemed organization were to do that, I'd have to introspectively look at myself and say, what am I doing that's making swaths of people think this? But someone with that type of mentality, they don't do that. Introspection is not one of the skills. They just retaliate. And what you saw from Stephen A. Smith is not introspection, it's retaliation. And there's also, to speak to the grandiosity, he didn't send a like private message to them. He didn't say, hey, let's sit at the table and talk. He's doing it publicly.
Well, we don't know. Maybe he did, but
that's true.
As well.
But he also did it publicly. It was important for him to do it publicly, which fits with the grandiosity. So I would love to see him be introspective and think, and this is the part that's very similar to former Officer Tatum. The part is like, I have to defend my position without any level of introspection, because if a bunch of people are saying this, it's at least worth examining. Why are they saying it? What have I done to put myself in line of this?
Okay, so I'm saying that because it seems that there are similar things that you discuss with Officer Tater. Something about doing harm to people. Would you change your, if I showed you evidence that it's doing harm to people, I forget what you call it in psychotherapy, would you change your behavior? And that
moral
seems to, you just said something similar about Stephen A. Do you think he's engaged in moral, or is he engaged in moral disengagement? I know that sounds like an
yeah, like, yes, of course. Like, again, if you're saying things that are causing people harm, so all human beings, one of the things I love about your show, Donna, I get to be like the nerdy part of myself. All human beings want to think of themselves as a good person. So what we do when we do bad things is we engage in this thing called moral disengagement, which is, I can't be a bad person, as this organization is saying, because I believe myself to be a good person. Now, rather than reconcile that in and of himself, he's going to justify why he's doing it. So I did this bad thing by calling out all these black athletes and black coaches, et cetera, et cetera. I did this thing because they deserved it. That's moral disengagement. I'm finding a way to justify why I take the position I take, rather than saying maybe the position I took was wrong. And another thing that he and Brandon Tatum have in common is there's another idea where you have a reality, we call it naive reality, where it's like, I've taken this position so hard that if I backtrack from this position, it will cause my psyche to have problems. So it's not just about changing my mind, but if I take a position other than the one that I've taken so hard, he is being massively compensated for being the personality that he is. So it almost locks him into that position. If he says, you know what, you guys are right, I need to start examining myself, I need to think about myself, it's going to challenge his psyche in a way that's uncomfortable for the human mind. So there's a lot at play, actually, with Stephen A., who I don't know and wish him well, and I wish he would be more introspective. But yes, they're very similar in those ways.
Yeah, look, I've said things where people, it's umbrage too. They're like, oh, I don't know about that. And then I say, okay, I could have worded that differently. I think we all, have done that, but our intentions are not bad. Right. Now, but my thing is when you talk about this moral disengagement, many times the excuse, or one of the excuses is, come on. You see that I'm black, right? I can't be doing that because I am black. You know what I mean? Or I can't be doing that because I am gay. Or I can't be doing that because I am a woman. That doesn't mean that you can be, there is, and I think you talked about this as well, internal or internalized racism, internalized homophobia, internalized misogyny, that you can still be a part of a group and still exhibit those things because it is so pervasive in culture. And in many ways, we're acting upon what we've learned, where we learned it from. We're picking up the traits of the people or the society or the culture that we have been reared in. Ooh,
well,
is that our purple suit?
But it's actually internalized racism or internalized homophobia, et cetera, et cetera. When the world hears
they
that,
didn't expect to see Stephen. You can tell both of them got shocked when they saw Stephen A. Smith pop in between them. That's his people, Don's people doing that. But what I guess Don didn't expect that. It's like, whoa.
the pop culture idea is like self-hatred. I hate my blackness, or I hate my my gayness, or I hate my whatever. But that's actually not what it is. Internalized racism, I'll use that term specifically, is you've taken on the mentality of your oppressor or of your colonizer. And it's actually a survival tactic. So if, like, think back of slave days, right? Like, we couldn't stick to our culture. We were literally beaten, tortured, killed at times. So you have to take on the ideas of your oppressor. What I wish both of these men would do is to say, the messages I'm saying are, whether I believe them or not, but the messages I'm saying are congruent to the messages that they are saying. And why is that? There are about 6 well-known scholars that often write about and research internal racism. And they have different ideas, different thoughts about it. But one thing that's unanimous is all of them say that when you are dealing with or struggling with internalized racism, you don't know it. So the fact that Stephen A. Smith denies it is actually part of the criteria that people like me look at.
Wow. Elliot.
Be on it.
If something ever I have a falling out with my therapist. Can you have two therapists?
You cannot. No, you cannot.
My therapist is really, really, really good. But then it would be weird, though. I mean, would it be a conflict of interest to have you on? But we don't have to tell people that actually you're my therapist. Anyhow, I find you fascinating, and I find you brilliant, and you're different because a lot of people are concerned about, I'm not that person's therapist. I think as long as you're transparent and say, I don't treat this person,
I don't treat
right?
this person.
This is
And I'm
just
not
my
diagnosing
professional opinion. You're right.
I'm not diagnosing Stephen A. I'm just saying, if I were to talk to him, here are the things I'd be looking for as an assessor.
Right. Okay. I want to talk about what's going on with Officer Tater. So I just want to put a button in the Stephen A. thing though. Because okay, listen to this. This is Stephen A. on Black women.
Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself. I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work.
I believe Kamala Harris's political career is over. But this was the last straw. And I'm going to tell you why. Because although I'm certainly not an advocate of her diming out her boss and talking about whatever deficiencies he may have had, you could have said something. You could have done something other than what you did. And I don't want to hear about 107 days and that's all you had. You know what 107 days gave you? It gave you the opportunity to take over the campaign and do it your way instead of capitulating to what his people wanted you to do and you doing whatever you thought was necessary under the realm or the guise of loyalty and costing, and in some people's eyes, costing yourself the presidency.
Okay. This is what I'll say.
You ever done
I want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to influence you. So.
Well, I just think that's an example of grandiosity. Like what experiences do you have that makes you think that your opinion of something not related to sports, where he has earned a lot of credibility and he's got a lot of experience,
he needs to stand.
Why do you think you can make a point about politics? You don't live in Texas where Jasmine Crockett represents, so you don't know whether or not it's in the best interest of Texas or not. You have not been an attorney, which Jasmine Crockett is, so you don't know what the thought process is behind the way she is advocating. And also, why are you taking a position that her adversaries are taking? And this is to the point where I was saying about internalized racism. You should examine, why do I have the same opinion as her adversaries? That's an important thing to look at, and he is not looking at that. So it's like, why are you inserting yourself into dynamics where you clearly don't belong, and you believe very much that your opinion in this space matters? That's a problem.
Because they're paying them.
This is what I will say. I'm going to be as modulated, but either one, both work, as possible for me. So I have, over the course of the years, realized that you can, it's all in the way you ask the question, right? To get someone to answer. If you ask it in an animated, somehow threatening or accusatory way, you'll get a different answer if you ask it with a smile. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's all in the way you do the analyzing of something, the way you handle it. Now, this is very animated, like, what? Like almost as if he is scolding these people, where I think it would have been, in my opinion, more effective had he said, in my opinion, Jasmine Crockett is a talented, politician, a talented young woman who is, whatever you want to say, who's good at politics, who's good at her job and whatever. But I think her approach needs to change because I feel that just by insulting Donald Trump is not going to get her over the finish line. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. I understand, but Don, I'm thinking I'm talking to Don, but I understand. But the thing about it is that don't fit the narrative that he was given. What he had to do, and what in my belief, in my understanding, to me, the way I feel, he was told to tear her down. He knows who pays him. And he knows their agenda. Discredit, tear her down. Make sure you bring up the fact that she's a Black woman. And make sure you call that Black woman names. You want to destroy her. You want her to seem incompetent and everything else. And pretend like you care about what her agenda was, which you obviously do not. That's not your agenda. That agenda, like you care anything about a Black woman or the fact that she lost the presidency, will not get you that money from said people that got you up there as a coon in the first place. So you have to stay a coon in order to get paid.
Kamala Harris faced a mountain of challenges by being tossed into the race so late and having allegiance to Joe Biden, whether it's warranted or not. He did put her in the position to become vice president of the United States. That at that moment she may not have realized that she was no longer his underling, and they were two people who were equal at the moment, because now she is openly going for his job, and he put her in that position as well, so she could have taken the lead. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
She did whatever. She done this and then she did that and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you're like, if someone said that to you in person, you'd be like, who do you think you're talking to? Like, don't talk to me that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of your little friends, right? You know what I'm saying?
You get you get more people that's going to understand you, and for her to understand you, and the people that's following her. If you would have said it, it's a way to say things. But by you berating her and acting like an animal, oh no, you're going to know he knew what he was doing. Those coons, they need that coon to act like a fool, sound like a fool, at the same time bringing a Black, educated, smart woman down. And then pretend like you care, but we know you don't give a damn. And see how I said that without cursing? Oh, he knew what he was doing. His job and his agenda was to do what he did in no other way.
So you can have a conversation like that, because if I spoke to Stephen A. Smith, if we got into an argument like that, or we start speaking to each other like that, no one's going to listen. We're going to be talking over each other, right? Yelling. But if you're like, hey, look, with all due respect, let me just say this. I'm not, saying that is bad, but this is just my opinion of whatever. And I think that would have worked better. And I think that's what people are. But the other thing too is, which is the same thing that happens with Tater, every opportunity that you can take to defend someone else rather than someone else, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why do you have to be the defender of supremacy,
right,
and the advocate for the oppressor, as you said, and criticizing? You always the critic of your own.
But there's a clear answer to that. There's a very clear answer to that. One of the things they're both very, very good at is getting clicks and views. And they're both very good at understanding.
That's what that name I told you all I should call him. Where's those names at? Right here. Clickbait. Commentary built for clicks, not clarity. Captain Clickbait. But instead, I could have called him Tatum Clickbait. Brandon. Instead of using his last name, that's giving him some kind of respect. Brandon Clickbait. A BD Clickbait. One of them. These are the names I'm trying to figure out. New names for Officer Tatum. So these are some that I'm leaning toward. And if you got a new name that you want, to start calling him instead of Officer Tatum, because he's not an officer, I need y'all to put it in the chat, because so far this is what I got here. But I may shorten these, like Spin Cycle, Mr. Spin Cycle, or Tatum the Deflect. Something. People, I don't know. Head Case. I can call him the Head Case. Ooh, that's a good one. So y'all got to help me. If you got a name, because I'm not gonna. Dunn has already got a new name for him. Let me get to the part where. Ooh, Lord, wait now. They got them side by side.
Heather, roll it, Andy.
I'm trying to figure out, Officer Tater, what the hell is wrong?
Oh, wait, by the way, hold on. Both of them are talking about being black. Start from the beginning. Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out, Officer Tater, what the hell is wrong with looking at yourself as black first before you're anything else, black before you're American, black before you're anything else. What's wrong with
okay, because all black people ain't the same. And like, for instance, we all different. So when I say I'm black, what does that mean?
The color of my skin.
Y'all know I'm gonna pull up this whole video. I'm gonna pull this whole video up because I got to play this sucker. I got to play this sucker. Oh my God. I'm gonna make sure I pull it up. I'm putting it down here. I'm making sure I'm writing it down. Oh, I got to pull that up and make sure we see the whole video on that. They're both the same.
No. Black people from New York is different than black people from the South. That black people from Africa that came over here as immigrants are very different than African Americans. We're all different. We're diverse like anybody else. When white people say I'm white first, what does that mean?
Let's stick with black people in this regard. When you talk about the slave trade, and you said we were enslaved and then traded all over the world. Who were those people? Black people.
Well,
I'm simply saying if you identify with that from an historical perspective, these are my ancestors. This is what we endured. This is where I come from, and that's what I identify with first. Because to some degree, I'm still feeling some remnants of that even in today's society. I'm saying if you identify yourself as black before you identify yourself as American, what you're doing is saying, coming out of the womb, I'm going to be at a disadvantage because I'm in America and I'm going to have to scratch and claw and have an uphill climb. Now, that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you use it as a crutch. It doesn't mean that you sit up there and use that as a reason to be lackadaisical and have a defeatist attitude and don't work your way and maneuver your way through that terrain in order to get to that point. But it does mean you at least acknowledging that, there are historical, insidious acts that are associated with this particular nation that I live in. And as a result, I recognize the fact that I'm going to have to march forward and it's going to be a uphill climb for me to get to where I'm going. If somebody identifies that with blackness, you can do that.
But Stephen A., that's not always true that every black person have to suffer an uphill climb. That's not true. And we'll go back to like what I said. My ancestors came from Nigeria, so I know that, through my ancestry.com research, that my people came over here as slaves. Not every black person in America came from slavery. It wasn't the case. Not every black person in America migrated here was in the South.
Can you pause this, please?
Yeah. Just because your people came over here as not as slaves, but when they got to America during that time, they're still going to be treated as slaves because of their skin color. Skin color is not going to, Lord, somebody help this poor man. Somebody help this man because, oh, Lord, I'm like done. I can't take it no more.
No, I have to say that I agree with Stephen A. on this, okay?
Me too.
Does he not understand that this whole conversation is about generalization? There are always exceptions and outliers. Like, you don't have to point out, like, people get it. People get that people of color come from different continents and different countries, and we get that. We're talking about the overall experience, the general experience in America. I just want to, let's hold that, let's table that. I just want to point that out because maybe that's one of those mechanisms where he moves the goalpost or he tries to change the conversation. Okay, keep going.
Were digital service, and they never were slaves. Some black people came over here and became slave owners and were not slaves themselves. So it's a very dynamic differentiation between the experience of black people in its totality as existing in America. So me saying I'm black first before I'm an American, I think that's a misnomer. I think that's you're pigeonholing yourself, because if you are going to say I'm black, that means negative. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage, man. And I say I'm an American first because I believe in American values. My ancestors fought that I can be free in this country. All of our ancestors were not the same. Didn't come from the same countries. Didn't speak the same languages. We are diverse people, and we don't need to be looking at a skin color. Because I don't agree with a lot of stuff black people do. We ain't the same people. Man, if you sagging your pants and gang banging and doing stuff that you're not supposed to.
I wonder if pause, please. I wonder if in the same thing he will say, I don't agree with everything white people do. Do you think he says that?
No, he don't say that.
No.
All right. Was that the end of it? Was that about the end?
Yes, that's the end.
Yep.
Okay.
Done. Calm down.
He's stating and overstating information that is that's obvious. It's elemental. You know what I mean? Like, we know. Just like there are people from Europe. They're European. They're Italian Americans. There are Irish Americans. Right? There are Somalian Americans. There are Indian Americans. Like, we know there isn't. So you can be a member of you can be a person of color and be from different places. You can be a white person and be from different places. Like, why do you have to state and overstate that? We get that. But in this conversation, we're talking about a generalized experience. And it seems to me he keeps trying to either reduce it to a personal opinion or experience that he had, or expand it into something that is so nebulous and watered down that he's trying to throw, I guess, justify what he's saying and throw people off the trail. That's just my thing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you just saw what I was referring to when I said he's doing identity protective cognitions. Like, people can take any position they want. I think the sky is green. I think the grass is blue. I think, you can take any wild position you want. But when someone gives you an opposing position, you should be able to alter your thinking. I have watched probably more video on former Officer Tatum than anyone else. And I just had an hour-long conversation with him on my platform.
We're going to play that. We're going to play some of that coming up. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he never acknowledges your position, and he never says things like, oh, that's a good point. I hadn't considered that. Let me rethink. He doesn't do that. So whenever you see someone stonewalling to that degree, you have to ask yourself, why are they doing? Why does it feel like I'm talking to a brick wall when I am making evidence-based points backed by data and research? Why is he not accepting it? And then what he's also doing is what we refer to as confirmation bias. He's taking one thing, and he's like latched onto that one thing and allowing that one thing to be the blanket thing. Some Black people did not come over. They're not ancestors by direct lineage of people brought over by slaves, which is true. But he's not able to say, but they still live with the consequence of slavery because their skin color puts them in this generalized group that experiences discrimination.
Thank you for saying that, because this fool, Tatum, do not understand that. I don't care where they come from. They came to America during that time, period, of slavery. They're still going to experience the same. I'm trying not to curse. I'm same experience as all slaves. The white person is not going to look at them any different. Just because they say, I'm from Europe. You're still a slave in their book. You're still going to experience the same thing. You're still not going to be able to go sit at the lunch counter. You're still not going to be able to go up in the store, and you're still not going to be able to do this and do that. Because they don't care where you from. During slavery time, they'll still sell your butt or take your child away from you and sell your child. They don't care whether you call yourself a free man because you came. Oh my son, somebody help him. Somebody help him.
There's a really interesting thing that he's not able to do, which I find psychologically incredibly fascinating. When he sees a successful Black man, he says there must not be discrimination because discrimination must mean black people can't become successful. He doesn't understand. For example, he did an interview on Jubilee and he said, raise your hand if being Black stopped you from being successful. Well, of course, I won't raise my hand because I've been successful and I am Black. But the accurate question would be, raise your hand if being Black made your journey towards success harder, or raise your hand if being Black limited some of your success. But he doesn't ask that because in his head, the fact that there are Black millionaires and Black surgeons and Black dentists means there's no racism. And he doesn't understand nuance. And that is a problem because in order to have an earnest conversation about race, gender, LGBTQ, in order to have an earnest conversation about oppression, we have to go into the nuance because that's where the conversation lives. And he is not able to take on new data because he's being wildly rewarded for his positions. And B, he doesn't seem to have the ability to have a nuanced conversation about these things, which makes it a less than earnest conversation.
Okay, here is part of your interview. Thank you for that. Number 10, Andy. Question.
I have seen people say, and you alluded to it earlier, people say he hates his Blackness. People say he hates his own skin, et cetera, et cetera. That's actually not accurate per the accurate definition of internalized racism.
Let me just say this. One thing Tatum will not do, he will not let Elliot complete a sentence or thought or ask him a question completely. He cuts him off every time. And I think that is the narcissism in him. Want to control the situation. And he thinks by cutting him off, inserting himself into everything before Elliot gets through, he gives him the upper hand and makes him look smarter, tougher, more educated. It doesn't. And I'm just a housewife. I don't even have that medical degree like Elliot or nothing. I'm just a housewife. But I can see him for what he is.
Right. Internalized racism is I've adopted the mentality and ideas of the colonizer. So a more accurate description of the word would literally be
so let's
internalized colonizer.
Do you think that I fit in one of these? statements.
I'm asking you, do you think you fit? Do
No,
you think that
no,
the
I
term
don't.
internalized racism towards you fits?
No, and I'm glad I didn't try to guess what the meaning was, because I believe I conflate the two. If you're saying that internalized racism,
Okay, can you just pause real
is,
quick? He did exactly what he said he didn't do, because he interrupted you, right?
Thank
So whenever
you.
I'm talking to someone in therapy, you know, unless I want to hear what the question, you didn't get a chance to ask him the question nor finish your thought, and then he jumped in.
Correct.
So,
yes.
Anyway, okay, go on. Sorry, keep going.
in the perspective of the colonizer, 100,000%. That's not my perspective. That doesn't apply to me. If you're saying that I have self-hate, no, 100%.
I did not say
No, I'm not saying you did. Let me correct it. If the phrase of self-hate is not applied to me either. So internalized racism.
Elliot never said that. He didn't give Elliot a chance to finish the thought or what he was saying. So he just decided this is what you gonna say or trying to say to me or trying to tell me. Elliot didn't say none of that. He's just projecting.
And self-hate does not apply to me.
So
do you believe that one of those apply to me?
I do. I do believe the term internalized racism.
Now, we got to. I know we run a long time, but like, you're saying that I have adopted the perspective of the colonizer.
Yes.
He sounds just like Martell Holt to me. It's like deja vu. Ooh, he sounds like Martell to me. He really do. I don't know why, but he sounds just like him to me when he said that statement. Oh my God, deja vu.
Give me an example. It got to be quick because I know we run a long time. Where would you derive that I've adopted the perspective of the colonizer? And can you explain real quickly who that person is or who that group of people are in America today?
I'll give you a very.
Oh my gosh, pause, please. I just have to tell you, I can't take him seriously.
Can't take it. I understand, Don. You can't take it. He got done scratching your head. Don, stop it, Don. Stop it. I know how you feel. It's hard for me to take it, and it's not even my show. Oh my God! All credit goes out to Don Lemon. Y'all make sure y'all go over to Don Lemon and watch this full episode. Make sure you hit the like sign, subscribe to Don, because he's great in the morning. He's great in the afternoon because I watch him every time he comes on. But when I wake up in the morning, oh my God, this is too much. I mean, you can't take it. It's like it sends your mind in overtime.
For a number of reasons, but chief among them is his grasp of grammar. I just like when people have really bad grammar. To me, I don't know if that's fair or not, but says something about their level of education or their intelligence. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like, or their knowledge of certain things. Like, it's okay. First of all, it's group is one. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm like, if you're going to put yourself out there, at least try to at least. But anyway, keep going. And I'll let you jump in. Keep going.
You said that you don't believe slavery stole money from the Black community.
I did. That's not what I said. I said you cannot evaluate if slavery stole money. No, because if racism stole money, because money wasn't even on the table. It's not like slaves could even make money. So you can't say they stole something they never had a chance to make. That's what I was referring to. It's not like Black people had money and then it was stolen from them when they were introduced into slavery, and then it could potentially have been given back to them. They never had the earning potential as being slaves. So nothing was stolen from them. Now, opportunities were not provided for them after slavery in an adequate way, but you can't say something was stolen that was never available to them.
Okay,
so to be clear.
All right, I'm going to let you jump in. This is your thing. Opportunities can be stolen. It's like opportunities, and they weren't provided in an adequate way. They weren't provided at all. You could not vote. You could not. There's nothing. And then to say that it wasn't stolen. Look at what happened with Tulsa and other things. This is after, right? This is long after some of the things. But go on.
Everything he says, everything he's saying about this is historically inaccurate. Slaves could own things, but it was taken from. Like, for example, we know that there are documented cases of a slave who had a skill.
Even if a slave had a wife, not that he owned his wife, that wife was taken from him. Even if a slave and his wife had children, had a baby, that baby was taken from him. Oh my Lord. Even if the slave is a young woman, her body was taken by the slave master. Oh, don't get me started. They can't. Okay? That's why I'm going to give him a new name. We're going to give him a new name.
Like playing the piano or playing the violin, which they called the fiddle back then. And oftentimes they were allowed to go play and earn money.
Right.
But when the slave owner found out they earned money, they took it. That is literally the theft that I'm saying is historically documented. And he's saying black people couldn't own anything. That is historically inaccurate. But he again, you can see he's not able, for whatever reason, he's not able to have a nuanced conversation. And then John brought up the Tulsa Race Massacre. He, in a previous interview, and I'm telling y'all, in preparation for my interview with him, I've watched more film on this man than maybe anybody.
I'm going to have to start.
And in the previous interview, he described the Tulsa Race Massacre as a conflict between white people and black people, wherein the white people won. That's how he described it. And that is, exactly what I'm saying. That is the opinion of the colonizer. So you need to examine, why do I have the opinion and language of the colonizer? And two, that is historically not accurate. It was not a conflict. A conflict is, I'm mad at you, you put your hands up.
He needs to go and do we got that. You can Google that. You can pull that up on your TV. You can go to anywhere on your TV. Somebody send that to him. Send that to him. I'm gonna have to start making sure I watch every video on this food. Somebody send that to him. Please, somebody send it to him. Okay? Send it to him. So, and he's not gonna even, oh my God. We're just gonna have, oh gosh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Somebody, this is hard. This is hard. I'm sorry, Don Lemon and Elliot. This is hard. This is hard for me. I know it's hard for y'all because y'all was the one. This is Don's show, guys. And I know it's hard for him. Oh, my Lord. It stresses me out. Shit, I need to sue Tater because he's stressing the fuck. I mean, I'm not going to curse. He's stressing me out.
I'm going to put my hands up. We're going to have a conflict. Winner wins. The people in that area of Tulsa, which I believe is called Greenwood, were bombed. Like they were annihilated. I have been to almost every point in the history of America's civil rights movement. I've been to where Martin Luther King was assassinated. I've been to Medgar Evers' house. I mean, I've been to Money, Mississippi, and Glendora, Mississippi. You guys know those are areas related to Emmett Till. I've been to all of these places. He is historically inaccurate. And when I went to, and I very much, I'm a history person. I love going to historic places and be like, this is where it happened. When you go to Tulsa and you go to Black Wall Street, there is nothing for you to see. Nothing. Because they bombed it. So it's not a conflict unless both sides had bombs. They literally annihilated it. If I want to go and see where Medgar Evers was shot, I can go to his house. The house is still there. And I can take a picture in front of the house, et cetera, et cetera. If you go to Tulsa, the only evidence that there was ever a problem there is there are plaques on the ground where buildings used to be. That's it. That is it. So if someone tells me there's no lineage, like black people are now free, so thus there's no racism, I want to explain very clearly, and people like former Officer Tatum don't understand this. In 1921, when the Tulsa race riots happened, Tulsa was about the same size as Atlanta, Georgia, right? So let's put that in context. Tulsa and Atlanta were the same city in 1921. Tulsa gets bombed. Tens of thousands of black people lost everything and were displaced. So now those people's grandchildren are having children right now in Tulsa. And Tulsa has a high crime rate in the black community. And people like former Officer Tatum want to say black people have a predisposition to crime. That's not true. Black people in Tulsa, you took their wealth. So land was not handed down from generation to generation. Money was not handed down from generation to generation. The ability to pay for college, start a business was not handed down from generation to generation. So now these families are growing up with the number one predictor of crime, and that is desperation. Crime has nothing to do with race. It has to do with the presence of desperation and the absence of hope. And we all know that. Anybody who's seen the movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, that movie is exactly this. The character that was, I don't remember the white guy's name, Dan Aykroyd maybe? I can't remember his name. But the guy who played the wealthy man that traded places with Eddie Murphy eventually became a criminal. Why? Because they took away hope and gave him desperation, and then he did crime. That is literally the only thing. that predicts whether someone's going to be crime or not. It has nothing to do with race. But if I took all of the wealth 105 years ago from the black people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, don't blame their blackness on the presence of crime. You have to blame the fact that we removed all of their resources. And as a consequence of the resources being removed, they now have desperation. And that's why crime happens. So this crazy take of like black people have a predisposition to crime, which former Officer Tatum has also said, is inaccurate. Black people have a predisposition systemically to desperation because across our culture, you have removed our access to acquiring resources, or when we did acquire resources, you took them away. So now you've given our culture desperation. So it's crazy to say the things he's saying, but I wanted to have this conversation because I wanted people to be able to see the psychology behind it. It's not enough just to name it as a grift. I want to show you how the grift takes place psychologically.
Okay. And I think this is a good point that someone made. They said, sorry, preach. Someone says, sorry, let me get that up again. Correction, Tatum said he can't stand black people or something. He said he did say something similar to that. I don't know if that's an exact thing, but he said, yo, you melanated people, you're going to make me, or how he would bamboozle and grift from black people. I don't know if you saw that. He said, if I had the opportunity the next time I come back. But so I want to get to that, but I want to get to the most important point I think that you made, and that is about understanding research, understanding, right, education, peer reviews, facts, reality. But first, a word from our sponsors. Answer me this. How do we get to a place where people can work harder, produce more, make somebody else richer, and still feel...
Satan will make you scream. I want to get to the part where let me see. Is this it? Let me just check.
Of any accused? Wait, who accused him? Wanted to add to that?
The one thing I do want to add to compile the two clips. The entire point of research is to remove subjectivity and make a particular thing objective. And if you remember the clip of me and him talking about research, he said, I have to go on my subjective reality. If these two things are subjectively true, he clearly just doesn't understand research. Research, the entire point is to take something and remove subjectivity and make it objective.
Okay. This is him talking about Tesla Figueroa.
When you are debating and having conversation about issues related specifically to the Nolan Wells case, I've noticed that she has been requesting an interview multiple times. Are you Teslin Figaro?
I don't know.
Are you willing to sit down with her?
I don't know who that is.
If I connect the two of you, would you be willing to have a conversation with Teslin?
I have a conversation with anybody. It just depends. I got to know who this person is.
She is an attorney. She is working in the Nolan Wells case.
Is she the lady in the comment section?
I don't know if she's a lady in comment.
That you responded to? She said something like, I don't know why Brandon won't debate me. Is that her?
I think her name is Teslin Figaro.
Is that who you're talking about? You responded to her in the comments. She said, I don't know why Tatum won't debate me. No, she said, I don't know why Tatum won't debate me or something, but he debates you. And you said you're going to answer the question. Is that she's a black lady?
She's a black lady, correct. Would you be willing to
I think we're talking about the same person. I know who she is. I just didn't know her name. But it depends, man. She's super ghetto and
you didn't know her name, but you had a hold on tit for tat or something you want to call it in the comments with her. Liar. You see this man be lying more than I don't know what. And he called her super ghetto. He is super ghetto. You don't even know the woman. So if you say you don't know the woman, but then you're going to call her super ghetto because you found she's a black woman. Is that it?
Oh, no. She's not super ghetto.
So you went on to defend Tesla and not being super, like, why would he super ghetto? What is that? That sounds like taking on the
internalized racism
behavior of your oppressor. Okay. Yes, okay, so let me show you this. Let me put this up because he says he doesn't know her. Okay, so Tesla says Officer Tater accused them of who accused him of anything? The element official offered to host you and I. Let's go live to discuss you and I live with no editors for the people to judge. And she goes on, okay? And then he responds to her. He says he doesn't know her, right? He's like, I don't know who she is. But he responded to her. And he said, the boys already have their phones over voluntarily, handed their phones over voluntarily. Wait a minute. Oh, no, it should be handed. The boys also have their phones over voluntarily. I hope they sue the hell out of all y'all who lied on them and accused them with no evidence. So
he said he didn't know her.
He responded to her, right? I think. Or was it
Yes.
or was it her responding to him? I'm not exactly sure.
He responded.
But they said
back
he
to her.
responded in the comments.
Yes. He's been on panels with her. He clearly knew who she was. He just didn't.
Oh, they've been
want
on
to talk
panels
about it.
together.
Right,
They've
he
been on
will.
multiple panels together. Which
he
I
know
found
him.
later and posted clips on my page. He just didn't want to talk about her.
I think,
That's
I mean,
it.
it was like, oh, I don't know her. It was kind
He
of like
was hoping
Mariah
you
Carey
let
when
it
asked
go.
about.
Elliot. He was hoping you let it go. That's why he said he didn't know her and hoping you move on. Thank God you good at what you do.
Jennifer Lopez, and she's like, I don't know her.
Well, he expected me to say something like, "Oh, okay," because if you say I don't know her, then I have to move my point. But I'm not the
Again,
average person.
same thing, same behavior.
That's right.
Move the point.
That's right. But I don't move. When I have a question, I have a question.
Thank you, sir. This is very informative. I'm sure people love it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, my brother.
Elliot Connie, master of the universe, as he has explained to us.
I did not say that.
Psychotherapist and host of the Family Therapy Podcast. Yeah, he did. He basically insinuated. I mean, don't you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I think I win on that one. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
Whew. I tell you. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I did. That was too much. Caught him. He got caught. Oh my God, he got caught. Oh, now we're gonna leave you with one thing from A. Megan. No, we'll continue with not Megan, J. Megan. I was gonna leave one, but J. Megan is on something. I like when she she's still talking about that swimsuit, that ugly swimsuit that a girl at her age supposed to have money, still in this swimsuit. We'll leave with this one here. That ugly swimsuit that she's talking about. Okay. Who mama is this? I don't know, but we're getting ready to find out.
Suspect that the identity of whoever this is was intentionally covered up because first off, who wears this weird swimsuit thing? This is somebody who, if they were with them, would have stood out in a crowd. But this woman who's in a red striped swimsuit with a white baseball cap shows up in a lot of different pictures, just oh so obscured. Here she is again, handing out beers on Bart's boat. So I personally suspect that whoever that was in fact on the train.
Let's hope that she is wait now, she's handing out beers. If she's a grown-up handing out beers, she needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail. You're not supposed to give beer to people under the age of 21. So let's hope. Well, I don't hope. I hope she's over so they can charge her butt.
And they used AI to change her clothing and to obscure her identity because I suspect that the identity of whoever this is was intentionally covered up because first off, who wears this weird swimsuit thing? This is somebody who, if they were with them, would have stood out in a crowd. But this woman who's in a red striped swimsuit with a white baseball cap shows up in a lot of different pictures, just oh so obscured. Here she is again, handing out beers on Bart's boat. So I personally suspect that whoever that was in fact on the Triton and they used AI to change her clothing and to obscure her identity because I suspect that the identity.
Okay. We're going to find out who the identity of that woman. We're going to go back into it tomorrow. Okay? That's a ugly swimsuit, I must say. Ugly swimsuit. I don't know who's going to be walking around in a swimsuit like that, but I know it wouldn't be me. But I'm so glad we got to a lot of information tonight. We walked through what we actually know, not rumors and not guesses about the death of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells. An independent autopsy said his death and manner of death are still undetermined and that foul play cannot be ruled out. His phone, which friends brought back from Horn Island without him, Isn't that strange? What teenager goes, 18-year-old go without their phone? Say, okay, just pick my phone on. I don't need it. I don't need it. What teenager takes their phone on? Just leaves their phone and then don't worry about it. I don't know. That don't sound like something that a teenager would do. If they do, show me that teenager. I would love to see a teenager that don't give a hoof about their phone. You know what I mean? Just take the phone on with you. But which friends out of the so-called friends, they call themselves friends, my best friend, my brother. But the minute he goes, he's not with them no more, they don't know who he is. They do everything they can to cover up. But I want to tell you something. Just what I heard, that his body was on that boat. They was just trying to find a place to put it until later on, until about 5 or so in the morning, allegedly. And it's my opinion, and this is just for educational purpose. Nobody is guilty until proven guilty and accorded into a court of law. I just want to say that, but it's just my opinion. But anyway, but which friends bought the phone back from Horn Allen without him is at the center of a tug of war between the family and the district attorney, and how and when it will be examined. Now, let me just say about this. First, they said the phone was in the truck. Then they said the phone was in the house. Then Tater says so many things about this phone. I believe Miss Christine, when she was sitting on that stage, talking about her last memories of Nolan and how she received that call from Warren around 11:07, I think she said. So I believe her account. Why would she lie? Because that's her son. They have every reason to lie, because there was the last known people to see him alive. And in my book, I thought the last known people to see somebody alive, you supposed to be picked up for questioning. But I guess they get a chance to walk around for free. Okay? I guess they get a chance to walk around for free without that, because of who they know and who their family knows. Yeah. And at the same time, the Congressional Black Caucus has formally asked the Department of Justice to step in, and federal prosecutors are charging people accused of threatening the witnesses, which is those boys that call themselves friends, those so-called friends. They got people going to jail over them, and then they acting like they're the victims and the officials tied to this case. All of that tells you that this is bigger than just one coastal county in Mississippi. This is about whether a Black family can get a full, transparent investigation into what happened to their son, Nolan Wells, at 18 years old, when he go out on a boat full of white people, and he's the only one that didn't make it back. So yes, we have questions. The next key moment to watch is the grand jury, the presentation. Once the state investigation and the autopsy are completed, any former DOJ decision on a federal review and whether a joint forensic exam of Nolan's phone actually goes forward under a clear protocol. And I said, you should not give them people that phone, because that phone, they're going to say they lost it. They don't know what happened to it. It's missing. We'll get back with you. We'll give it to you. They don't trust them. They already lied so many times. They lied when Ledbetter lied when he said nothing to see here. apparently he drowned. That was a lie without even an investigation. When y'all made formal time, put it in writing. It was in writing in a letter. When, what time, and how it's going to happen about that phone for both sides to examine that phone and see what's on it. Then, while the family, Nolan Wells' family, was out of town, his mother and father, they decided to change it all up. That they got what, 12 hours to present the phone? I guess in my opinion, I believe they knew they was out of town. I know, in my opinion, in my heart of heart, I believe that the Justice Department, that department, not justice, that police department or sheriff department knew that they was out of town and had that letter drafted up just to get them back into town. They interrupt what they was doing. It's an interruption of what they was doing. I know in my heart that allegedly, just my opinion, that they knew. Okay? They knew you was out of town and hoping that y'all won't make it back in 12 hours. Okay? But anyway, we'll stay on this. We're going to stay on this and bring you every verified document development as it drops. Because it seems like stuff is dropping every day. Every day we get something new. Because Nolan Wells' family and the public deserves real answers, not just a closed file, what like they're trying to do. And to me, I'm going to just say this. I'm going to put it on the record. I don't think they're going to I don't think this is going to make it to trial. I don't think they want a trial. I don't think they want to get this in a courtroom where all eyes would be on them. I think they're going to find a way for this not to go to trial. I don't, because you got to remember the Mississippi people in Mississippi, those officials in Mississippi, they are some crooked folks. When I say crooked, they're crooked than a lightning bolt when it's coming down. To be not trusted. They will lie, because you got to remember they do the old way. They still back in time. They still do that good old boy way. You heard how the way they reference those the other boys on stage. When they was on stage, what did they call him? The good old American boy. Yes. The good old boy. Some good boy. Yeah. And then you have the attorney sitting there acting like he getting ready to fight a mob war. He acting like a thug himself. But anyway, just in my opinion. Just my opinion. You know. But anyway, guys. Now, let me just say this. If you want, I can if you want, I can make sure we on the Stephen A. Smith interview. I really want to see that. And if y'all want to see that, and then they got some more animation. People have made other animation videos on Stephen A. Smith. I want to see that. But also, I want to finish the last part. The last part on the interview with Tater. There was this young man that we didn't get a chance to finish. We only watched them maybe 10 or 15 minutes of his interview. And you have to go back and watch his interview, since we had already heard all of this and seen all of this. It was something that he said in his interview. And I think his interview now is going to make more sense to us, since we ain't seen all this other stuff play out. But we're going to go back and watch that full interview of his, okay? And it's not that long. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and just end it for now. And you all know the NAACP is now on the case of the Nolan Wells case. It was announced today, and everything. It was on Don's show, and I think somebody else was carrying that, saw that. But I know you can go to Don Lemon and watch it if you need to. All right, guys, I do want to thank you all for being here. I had a wonderful time. Like always. I'm always having a fun. I'm always having a wonderful time. Okay? I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. Thank you, guys. And I do appreciate having all of you all of y'all. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up. Hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. And if you already can and you forgot to hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button on your way out there. I do want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Bye-bye.